60s come race time, so perfect weather given what we were experiencing yesterday. My name is Stephen Luke. I'm not alone. Good for you and good for us. Certainly good for me. So I'm going to lean on the experts to my left. Carrie Tollefson, Olympian and an alum of this race. Carrie, good morning.
Good morning. What a perfect day. Yesterday was a little bit iffy, but today is perfect, and we are so excited to see this race get underway.
We'll talk about how the weather could impact the race this morning. To my right, the man who maybe knows, well, aside from some of the parents in the crowd, he knows the ins and outs of the high schoolers that are here competing more than anyone else, and that is Tim O'Rourke. Back again. Tim, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Look at the blue skies. We even got a rainbow. What could be better?
Yeah, look at that. All right. And down on the field, in just a short bit, we're going to catch up with Dina Castor. You know the name. Also an Olympian, also a former participant of Foot Locker, and she has a habit of, well, some people try to collect medals. She collects American records, so she'll be collecting some of the interviews this morning for us. Right out of the gates, what are some thoughts?
You know what? We have such strong fields on both sides, and just really exciting because there's defending champions coming back. You know, we have Anna Rohr on the women's side. She's 2012 the champion here in 2012. And then on the men's side, Grant Fisher, he's coming back defending from last year. So how can we not talk about those two off the top?
Certainly, Grant Fisher on any other day would be the prohibitive favorite, coming back as a defending champion. But the boys are just loaded. There's maybe a dozen boys that have a legitimate claim to being the champion here today. So it should be interesting.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, right now, let's hear more from Foot Locker and their role in this great event.
You know, I really didn't think I'd be able to run after I lost my leg. Probably the most painful thing of the whole ordeal was rehab right after the amputation. After that, you learn to walk on your own. You've got to build that leg up to make it strong so it'll support your body. A couple of months in, I took off running, and the more I did it, the longer I wanted to run. And the longer I run, I wanted to run more. I wanted to run more. I do it because for me, I don't do it for no one else. I do it because I enjoy it. Anybody can go run anywhere. You know, you don't need a lot of money. You don't need anything. All you need is a trail, a road, sidewalk, anywhere. Just go run. My name's Philip Clark. I'm an amputee, and I'm a runner.
In our girls' national championship race, we don't have a defending champion, but we have a champion from 2 years ago. Anna Rohr, girl from the Midwest, ran great here and winning it 2 years ago, suffered some injuries last year, but boy, is she back this year and stronger than ever. In their regional, under really adverse conditions, she almost ran as fast as she did 2 years ago under optimum condition. She's bigger, she's stronger, she's faster this year. She's certainly going to have to be our favorite. She knows the course and knows it well. Out of the South, though, Ryan Frazier from North Carolina has been running very fast. Has run 4:44 for a mile this just a couple months ago, and 10:12 for 3,200 meters. She won her regional rather easily, so she's got to be considered one of the people to watch there. And then from the West, our only girl this year that's a four-time runner here, that's McKenna Morley from Montana. She's the regional winner from the West this year. She won the West Regional last year, but this year she ran almost 30 seconds faster than she did in winning that last year. So those three girls, all with that experience, should do very well. Hannah DeBalsi last year finished second. She's back here. So it's hard to say who the real favorite is, but it should be an interesting race on the girls' side. And just like with the boys, the strategy will determine who wins this race. You can't just sit back and wait. We'll see who wants to make a move, how early they want to make the move, and then who wants to go with that girl that does make that move. So it should be a very interesting and tactical race on the girls' side. So we'll look to see who wants to move early and who can hang.
So one of the great things about this event is talking to some of the familiar faces in the industry, if you will, and we have a chance to do that right now as Abdi Abdirahman joins us up on the stage. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, thanks for having me.
Abdi, what does it feel like to be here and to be giving the advice to all these athletes? You're a four-time Olympian. Come on. I mean, that's amazing. And you have a chance to make your fifth now in 2016. So, you know, what kind of advice do you have for these young athletes out here for the longevity of your career? You know, what have you looked back and say, I'm going to tell these kids about?
First and foremost, I wish I had the opportunity to run a Foot Locker when I was in high school, but I was a late bloomer into the running thing because I started my sophomore year in college. So my advice to them is to enjoy. You only get the opportunity to run the Foot Locker Championship cross country once in a lifetime. So just enjoy. Get to make new friends, and the Olympics, is a great, I have made it for Olympics also. I'm as hungry as than ever to make my 5th Olympics, and I only take one Olympic at a time, so I don't look back at 2012 when I say I was a 2012 Olympian. I just look at it, I'm going to be only one of the few people to make a 5 Olympics. That's the way I look at it, and I'm excited, and I know there's a long journey ahead of me, and a lot of training.
You said you're as hungry as ever to make your 5th Olympic team. You've made it in different events, the 10,000 meters, the marathon. What are you looking forward to in 2016?
In 2016, I know it's going to be my last Olympics. I'm looking to do my best, and I think it's going to, they say, your 3rd one is the Charleston, but this is going to be my 5th is the Charleston, I think. So, just the sky's the limit. Anything can happen in the Olympics, and I have a great friend, and probably everyone in San Diego knows that his name is Webb Kafaleski. So, and just he never amazes me what he does, and I have another friend whose name is Bernard Lagarde, and both of them 40s, and they doing amazing things, and I'm 37 years old, so I'm up there, but I think I still have some improvement to do, and they motivate me every day.
Yeah, 20 years older than some of these guys out here racing. I'm right there with you, but thank you for coming up today. Congratulations on what an awesome career. You've done so much for U.S. distance running, and all of these kids are so honored to be able to meet you, I'm sure.
Well, thank you, Carrie. Thank you for having me. Actually, I enjoy working with you guys, and I remember running with you, being your teammate. You always been a fun, and you're a fun person, still a fun mother. So great. Thank you for what you do for our sports and the commentary, and you do a great job.
Thanks, Abdi. Have fun yelling out there.
Abdi, thank you so much. Yeah, speaking of Meb, we're sitting in his backyard right now, pretty much, and we'll have the chance to talk with him a little bit later on as well. But right now, let's hear more about the West, Northeast, and West girls.
Yeah.
I'm Brianna Schwartz. I'm a senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I'm Hannah Balzi. I'm a junior and I'm from Westport, Connecticut.
I'm Emma McMillan. I'm a junior and I'm from Barrington, Rhode Island.
My name is Madeline Davison. I'm a junior and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I'm Anna Flynn. I'm a junior and I'm from New Rochelle, New York.
Marissa Shiva, senior, Sellersville, Pennsylvania.
My name's Kelsey Potts. I'm a junior from Mount Lebanon High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
My name is Gabrielle Rikiki and I'm a senior in New Fairfield, Connecticut.
My name is Eve Glazer-Green. I'm a senior from North Highland High School in Clinton Township, New Jersey.
I'm McKenna Morley. I'm a senior and I live in Big Fork, Montana.
Caroline Petrick, senior, Malibu, California.
I'm Lizzie Lacey. I'm a senior from San Mateo, California.
I'm Annie Hill. I'm a freshman and I'm from Montana.
My name is Tony Fanan. I'm a senior and I'm from Moraga, California.
Bryn Morley, freshman, Big Fork, Montana.
I'm Claire Graves and I'm from Highland, California. I go to Stitches Valley High School and I'm a sophomore.
Hello, my name is Kendall Derry. I'm a junior and I'm from Fair Oaks, California.
Hi, my name is Grace Ling and I go to Lynbrook High School in San Jose and I'm a senior.
I'm Kimberly Kasha, a senior at South High School in Torrance, California.
We'll see more of them in just a bit, but right now let's head downstairs and talk to Dina Castor. Hey, Dina.
Good morning. Good morning, Morley Field. I have the distinct pleasure of being here with Olympian and NCAA champion Amy Cragg. And Amy, I know after training with you over the years that you love adverse conditions. You probably would have rather had the race yesterday in the mud and rainfall, but can you tell me how you gain that mental edge when the conditions are tough, specific to cross country?
It really is turning into a beautiful day, but it might be a little bit muddy out there still. If you can get out there and really convince yourself that you enjoy those kind of conditions, you're one step ahead of the game already. Just on the start line, you're more prepared than the other people you're going against who don't like it.
And I've certainly seen you thrive in some of those conditions on race day: rain, mud, snow when we've trained together in Mammoth Lakes. Can you tell me what really drives you to get through, almost like not even thinking of what the conditions are, but thinking of your goals and the pursuits that you're undertaking?
that's what this sport is all about, really, is going through those conditions. It's not an easy sport, so throwing one little thing like bad weather in there doesn't make it worse. It actually just makes it more fun.
Amy Cragg, she's done it a million times, a true professional in this sport, and a great spectator out here cheering on the people here today. Let's take a look at the Midwest and South girls that will be represented here.
Anna Rohr, senior, Mishawaka, Indiana.
My name's Lauren Gregory. I'm a sophomore and I live in Fort Collins, Colorado.
I'm Mary Jean Gilbert. I'm a junior and I'm from Peoria, Illinois.
I'm Audrey Belf. I'm a senior and I'm from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Stephanie Jenks, junior, Marion, Iowa.
I'm Hannah Long. I'm a senior and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm Annie Frisbee. I'm from River Falls, Wisconsin, and I'm a senior.
I'm Sarah Kettle. I'm a junior and I'm from Brighton, Michigan.
Amy Davis, senior, Madison, Wisconsin.
Morgan Florsheim, junior, Shorewood, Wisconsin. Ryan Frazier, senior, Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm Paige Hofstad. I'm a junior and I'm from New Braunfels, Texas.
My name is Gabrielle Karras. I'm a sophomore and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
I'm Libby Davidson. I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, and I'm a sophomore in high school.
My name is Wayne Alati. I come from Leesburg, Virginia, freshman high school.
I'm Kira Donahue. I'm a senior at Loudoun Valley, and I'm from Percival, Virginia.
My name is Emma Grace Hurley. I'm a junior and I live in Roswell, Georgia.
Kathleen Mancher, 12th grade, Boone, North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Logan Morris. I'm a junior at Spartanburg Christian Academy, and I live in Emmons, South Carolina.
My name's Ivy Gray. I'm a junior and I'm from Alma Heights, Texas.
So the Foot Locker being held once again in Balboa Park. Also in Balboa Park is a place called the San Diego Hall of Champions, and interim executive director of the hall is Drew Moser, who joins us on set. Drew, good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
What is the Hall of Champions?
It's the largest multi-sport museum in the country, but it's really dedicated to celebrating all the great athletic achievements that take place in San Diego each year. In many ways, it's cornerstone to the San Diego sports scene and central to it, just like this event's become. I mean, this is such a first-class event through and through, and we're proud to host it just down the road up here in Morley Field. And
wanted to ask you, what is the significance of this event in San Diego? Certainly we know what it is for the athletes involved, but for this area, having the chance to host it.
It's a wonderful opportunity. It's first class through and through. Foot Locker does a wonderful job hosting it, and we're happy to ride shotgun with them and help support it in as many ways as we can, and honor and recognize and celebrate some of these athletes. Going back to Webb, who's enshrined at the Hall of Champions, and we've celebrated his achievements from way back in the day, and we're actually the first group to honor him after he won Boston. And so yeah, we're really consider ourselves lucky to stand alongside and help Foot Locker pull this thing off year after year.
It's been a great partnership, and Drew, thanks for helping to talk about it, and we look forward to yet another successful year with your help here in Balboa Park. Have a good morning.
Thanks, and good luck to all the runners this morning.
Speaking of the great history of this race, let's hear more about that.
Foot Locker is where it's at. If you are a runner in the United States of America, a high school runner that is, you want to be here. We have our 40 top girls and boys from around the country that are getting ready to compete here. And you know what? If you've made it, you'll never forget your experience here. I ran here a long time ago, but I still remember the girls I roomed with. I still remember the girls I competed against, and I'll never forget it. One thing that's really important to remember is we have many Olympians that come out of this race. We have every American record holder from the 1,500 up to the 10,000 meters that competed here at the Foot Locker National Championships. You know what? The 2012 Olympic men's team, they're all back here giving advice to the kids. We have many female athletes that are back here, elite athletes that are giving advice to the kids. And you're probably seeing some of our best athletes, our next Olympians and American record holders, right here competing at Balboa Park.
Just looking over at the board there when it talks of the records over the year. 1985 was a good year. I was looking. Talk about the significance of this, because really that is one of the unique things about this event, is the fact that we do have the alums coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it's so special for all of us alum to come back and to share our stories and to just to actually touch the elbows, the rub elbows with other people that are going to be hopefully our next Olympians. We're getting to meet the Anna Roars and the Grant Fishers and all of the names that we're going to announce today. All of these athletes have an opportunity to hopefully go on and have a career in this and, represent the U.S. someday.
This really is the first step. This is the step to becoming an elite athlete, an elite distance runner on the national and world scene. This is the first time they're here by themselves. They don't come with their coaches. They're here. They have to perform with only 40 other kids in the race. There's no place to hide. So there's a little bit of pressure here, but it's also this is the step they take. That then they'll go on to the NC2A USA and onto the world scene. So this is the first steps, and Carrie's absolutely right. We're seeing the next NCAA champions, the next USA champ, the next Olympians. So this is kind of a preview of that.
Well, there's no torch here, but there's significance of it. There sort of is a passing of the torch to these younger athletes who are the future.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just to be able to ask what it's like to be a professional athlete. A lot of people don't understand. They know what it's like to be a professional football player or a hockey player, but a lot of people ask, what does it mean to be a professional runner and how do you get there? And so, just to have that advice from the athletes themselves is pretty cool.
Yeah, certainly. So you're seeing the next Dina Castor, the next Webb. They're all here.
Maybe some records will fall today. I don't know.
You never know.
The weather might have something to say about that. Let's now meet some of the boys, and we'll go to the Northeast and the Midwest to hear their intros.
My name is Alex Ostberg. I go to Darien High School, and I'm a senior.
Luke Patella, 12th grade, Westmont, New Jersey. Ari Clow, I'm a senior from West Hartford, Connecticut.
I'm Casey Comer. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm from Horsham, Pennsylvania.
My name is Jake Brophy. I'm a junior, and I'm from New Hope, Pennsylvania.
I'm Benito Muniz from Carmel, New York, and I'm a senior.
Eli Moskowitz, Amherst, New Hampshire, senior.
I'm Jericho Gadway. I'm a senior, and I'm from Plattsburgh, New York.
Jack Jibb, senior, Central Valley, New York.
I'm Sean Hutchison. I'm a senior from Blackwood, New Jersey.
My name is Grant Fisher, and I'm a senior at Grand Blanc High School.
I'm Jesse Hersha. I'm a senior from Concord, Michigan.
My name is Jesse Reiser. I'm a senior from McHenry, Illinois.
My name is Stuart McNutt from Overland Park, Kansas, and I am a senior.
I'm Ben Veach. I'm a junior, and I'm from Carmel, Indiana.
My name is Thomas Pollard, and I'm a senior from Ames, Iowa.
My name is Seth Williams. I'm a senior, and I'm from Columbus, Indiana.
Jonathan Davis. I'm a junior. I'm from Oakwood, Illinois.
I'm Zach Snyder. I'm a senior, and I'm from Carmel, Indiana.
I'm Olin Hacker from Madison, Wisconsin, and I am a senior.
Speaking of some of that history, we're joined now by a man who knows a thing or two about that, at least at this race here. 1993, right?
Yep.
You won it. Adam Goucher, turned Olympian, here to talk with us.
Adam, we just saw you on the big screen. What does it feel like? I mean, you and Webb are here giving advice again to the kids. We've talked about that with Abdi, but what is it like to see you on the big screen winning this race?
It's fun. Every time I come back here, getting to be a part of this event and hanging out with the kids and coming to the course and just being here, it's exciting. It brings back some amazing, fun memories.
Talk about what life's bringing you now. I mean, we know you won NCAA championships, you made the Olympic team, and now you're a dad. You have Colt here, and you're with Kara everywhere. But what's life like for you now?
It's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I have 3 full-time jobs sometimes between Colt, Kara, and my business, Run the Edge. So yeah, I mean, I'm working a lot, but I'm having fun. It's all with doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going around the country speaking and sharing your book, and all these kids have ideas of what they want to do in the future. Is that what you envisioned your life like after running?
Yeah, actually it is. It is. You never know, but I kind of felt that I would always be involved in the sport in one way or the other, and going around speaking and talking to youth or adults or anybody that needs motivation and to achieve their goals and do better in life. Like, I felt that I would be doing that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm lucky.
Quick little tidbit. Best place to make the move today? Coming from a champion 21 years ago.
Hey, shh. Honestly, the second time, I visualized that spot where I would make my move for almost 365 days from from my junior year here. I came up pretty short, made some tactical mistakes my junior year, and so going into that, I visualized it, and it was clockwork. I mean, I didn't know Meb would be the guy next to me running, but I knew when I hit that spot, when I crested the hill, turned to the right, that was it. I was making my move.
That's it. All right. Well, thanks, Adam. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Back when Adam ran that hill, it was uphill both ways.
Oh, yeah. It really was.
Let's hear more from Asics.
Down in your soul. Gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run.
Asics, you gotta run.
Always.
Always. All right. Good morning to the person from Asics who's going to talk all about the sports marketing and the Christmas presents under the tree here. Lauren Fifield joining us. And Lauren, what can you tell us about the brand that we're seeing on so many people's feet out here this morning?
Well, basically, we are here because we love running. That's who we are. That's our core competency. You'll see it all over the course. And, we're here because our goal is to support these kids. These are the best of the best at the high school level. And if we can help them succeed not only on the field but in the classroom and in life, then we've succeeded ourselves. So you'll see that through our athletes, through our product, and from us just here cheering them on.
Lauren, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the work that Asics does to help pull this off. We really appreciate the partnership.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. And now let's hear more about the Foot Locker experience. What's up with that?
Goes out.
Here on the field with Olympic trials champion and Olympian from the 2012 Olympic Games. She has represented the United States in cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track. Julie, welcome to the field this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So you have run cross country, but you've also had a lot of success on the track. Do you think that cross country training has really accounted for some of your successes running around the oval?
Absolutely. Cross country is kind of the foundation of the whole year, especially for the high school athletes. You train all through the summer. You get that extra strength training. You're obviously on uneven surfaces, which really prepares your body for kind of the work that you're going to be doing on the track too. So I always felt like cross country was, my bread and butter, but then it was really the springboard into some super fast times.
And you obviously have some wheels winning the 5,000 meters in the Olympic trials. In cross country, do you leave it for a sit and kick type of race, or do you push in the middle? How are your tactics unfolding in a cross country style course?
Cross country, I mean, it's really all about your competition, but on a day like today, you're going to be just trying to dig down from the very beginning and put yourself in a position, especially when you're with so many great athletes.
Julie, enjoy the show these kids are about to put on today. We are going to take a look right now at the South and West boys' introductions.
I'm Drew Hunter. I'm a junior at Loudoun Valley High School in Purcellville, Virginia.
I'm Carter Blunt. I'm a junior, and I'm from Frisco Independence.
Zach Long, senior, Granger High School, Rutledge, Tennessee.
I'm Ben Barrett. I'm a senior, and I'm from Norman, Oklahoma.
Antenna Groma, senior, from Alexandria, Virginia.
I'm Gannon Wilcuts, and I'm a junior at Western Albemarle High School and from Crozet, Virginia.
Stephen Cross, junior, from Merritt Island.
Nick Diaz, Miami Sunset from Miami, Florida.
Alex Rogers, senior, New Braunfels, Texas.
My name is Elijah Armstrong. I'm a senior at Pocatello High School from Pocatello, Idaho.
I'm Trevor Reinhardt. I'm a senior, and I'm from Ross, California.
Matthew Maton, Summit High School from Bend, Oregon, and I'm a senior.
John Dressel, senior, Colbert, Washington.
Connor Mance, Smithfield, Utah, senior.
My name is Austin Tamagno. I'm a junior from Brea, California.
My name is Levi Tomet. I'm from Kodiak, Alaska, and I'm a senior.
My name's Josh Collins. I'm a senior from Wasatch High School.
My name's Garrick Bilacek, and I am a junior from East High School.
My name's Colin Burke. I'm from Oakland, California, and I'm a senior.
Well, the big names just keep popping up here, don't they? On to our far left here, Alan Webb, the American national record holder in the mile 04 Olympian, and now what's this we hear? Triathlete?
Yep. It's my next adventure, my next challenge in my athletic career, I guess you'd call it.
Talk about that. We have a couple females in the race today that are big-time triathletes, and you know, you obviously are transitioning out of the sport of just running into a three-sported sport.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I was very pleased to hear that you had a couple triathletes in the field. You know, it's a good lesson for some of the younger kids to be able to have an advantage to develop your aerobic system without beating you up. You know, I think that was one of the things that allowed me to succeed at the high school level very quickly early on, because I had a really strong swimming background from my early high school and middle school days, and all I had to do was just kind of get used to the rigors of running, and my aerobic system was already developed. So it's great to see.
Talk about your amazing race here with, you know, two other guys that are sort of well known in the sport.
Yeah, that day, Dathan Ryan and I were battling it out. Of course, our race was in Orlando, but you know, I'll never forget that day and how I had such high hopes going in, and we went through the first mile was much slower than I had imagined it in my mind, and I thought the race was playing out just for me, but Dathan made us both pay pretty bad after a mile. So it was an epic race, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah, well, congratulations on being runner-up here and everything you've done for the sport. Good luck in the triathlon. We're so excited to see you compete there.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the races today.
Best of luck, Alan. Maybe we'll see you in Rio. We'll be all cheering you on along the way.
I'd love that.
Well, one of the really cool things that these kids that come out to San Diego get to do is they get to experience some other interesting things. One thing they got to see is something that's we're all going to get to see in a couple of months, and that is a really great movie, it looks like. Inspired by the 1987 true story, McFarland, USA, follows novice runners from McFarland, an economically challenged town in California, as they give their all to build a cross-country team under the direction of Coach Jim White, a.k.a. Kevin Costner. He plays the role, a newcomer to the predominantly Latino high school with whom they ultimately bond to build not only a championship cross-country team, but an enduring legacy as well.
Welcome to McFarland. This is a farming town. These kids working here are invisible. They come from the fields, and they go back to the fields. Mr. White, if we're going to reach him, now's the time.
Have a good day.
I'm Coach White, your new PE teacher.
Diaz,
Diaz. Popular name where you guys come from?
White. That a popular name where you come from?
All right, run a lap. Go.
They're fast.
They are. Cross-country running. California is holding their first state championship this year.
You do understand we don't have a cross-country team?
Yep.
You've coached cross-country before?
No.
You competed in high school, maybe?
No.
Well, you sound perfect.
Anybody seen Danny?
Danny Diaz? Hey, we needed 7. Yeah, 7 runners, not 6 runners, and Danny Diaz.
Hey, you're our anchor, Danny, and not because you're fat. And you are a little fat, okay? So we better lose some weight. Let's go. Just try and remember, lowest score wins. Play off.
We don't got a country club. We don't even got a Kmart.
Didn't know McFarland had a team.
4th place. That's not too shabby.
4th out of 4, also known as last.
Better luck next time, boys.
This is going to come down to which runners can handle the pain. Let's hit it again.
Mr. White, each hour that my boys train with you, they do not work with me. That's food off our table.
No one stays in McFarland unless they have to. There ain't nothing American dream about this place.
I'm guessing running's the best thing you've got. Me too. What's going on?
Team fundraiser. My boys need new uniforms. You are a good mom, so I'm helping you. Okay, now go shower. Oof.
I'll be honest with you. The odds are stacked against us. You guys are superhuman. There's nothing you can't do with that kind of strength, with that kind of heart. Let's go show them how it's done. Find your pace! Uno, dos, tres. Tell your father it was an honor to be invited into his home.
Dad, he said it was an honor to be invited into your home.
Tell him I say thanks.
Talk about a pep talk. All right, I'm ready to run this race now after watching that trailer. The kids, the 80 athletes who are running in the Foot Locker today, all got to watch that at a private screening yesterday as part of the experience. Not that they need any additional motivation, but maybe that gave it to them. Let's head down to Dina.
The inspiration continues this morning. I'm here on the field with Ed Torres. Ed, it is so great to see you come back year after year in support of this amazing event. And when you competed here at a slightly younger age, you were competing here with your brother. And we have a great story here today with the Morley sisters from the West who are competing together. And can you speak to just having that support in the family and how that empowered both you and your brother?
You know, well, having a family member here with you, stepping on the line, it makes it so much easier for yourself to be calm. And for those sisters out here, Morley sisters, they're gonna remember this for the rest of their lives, and they're gonna have fun, especially after the race when they can hang out and meet everybody together. And they're gonna make long life friends out here.
And it's great to keep it in the family, but you have extended your family to USA Track and Field, and you're serving the sport in a larger capacity even there. Can you tell us what you're doing there?
Well, I'm currently the men's long-distance chairman for USA Track and Field, and actually it's my way of giving back to the community of running and helping out and trying to advance our sport and just helping out the young runners out here like yourselves out here and just try to make sure that you guys have the support for the future.
Great, Ed. Thank you so much. And the inspiration goes on and on and on this morning. I'm going to throw it back on stage where there's more running celebrity.
Bono, Madonna, Meb. Really, I mean, you know, Meb, you walk through San Diego and you've gotten to the point where people just know you by your first name, Meb Keflezighi, Olympian, marathon winner, and long time ago participant in this race right here.
Yeah, it's great to be back in San Diego home, and this 1993 is when I participated here, my only time, and finished second here at Goucher. But since then, gotten better to the college level and professional level, and I represent our country to the Olympics and many other marathons. Such a blessing. This was a change in life for me. You know, going staying at the Hotel Del and getting some gear stuff, and this was the Olympic for the high school.
Meb, you just ran really well at the New York City Marathon, and then we can't forget to talk about Boston. I mean, for you to come back to Boston after the bombings and win and lead like you did, talk about that race a little bit with us.
Oh, it was great around New York, but Boston was pretty special, and it was more greater than myself. It was for our country, for the people of Boston, and for the victims that we could never get them back, but for the motivation to get on the finish line to change something positive. I've been visualizing and dreaming for that for many, many, many days, over 365 days, but that day counts, and I just listened to my instinct and went for it, and, it's just amazing. God blessed me with that victory, and to lead the 32,000 people who finished, and to be the first American 31 years to win it is just a special day.
It was awesome.
Meb, great runner, even better guy. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me, and everybody, good luck today.
All right. Let's check out some of the regional highlights in anticipation of the two races we're about to see.
It seems like the buses just keep unloading Olympians and American record holders. But right standing next to me right now, Molly Huddle, national champion, Olympian, multiple-time American record holder, medalist at the World Cross Country Championships. Molly, can you tell us here this morning what makes cross country so special and what tactics really come into play to be able to earn a medal on the world stage?
So yeah, cross country is a great place to kind of hone your grit and determination. Everyone's dealing with the same conditions and the same maybe rocky terrain and wind in your face. And it really just makes you a tougher competitor, and it's kind of one of the purest forms of our sport. So I've always loved it for that reason. Even though I tend to struggle a little more in cross country than on the track, I love doing it, and I make sure it's a part of my season because even today, I feel like it just made me a better runner all around. And it's obviously fun to have the team aspect too. So.
Great. Molly, it's great to have you out here. Enjoy the show today. We're going to throw it back on the stage where the running celebrity just keeps rolling in.
We have two-time Olympian Carrie Goucher here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Carrie, you and I raced here 2 times together, and you just keep on going as well. I mean, the age doesn't go down, does it? It goes up. But one of our producers here at the race today said that she had a friend, and they named their baby Kara after you. Now, what does it feel like? I mean, you started here, and now you're really kind of blowing up and having babies named after you. What does that feel like?
Well, your friend is very kind, but that's a little crazy. It's just fun. We were talking the other day, came here in 93, and it really changed the way I looked at the sport. Coming from Minnesota, I mean, really, you were the standard, and to come here and see so many other girls at your level was really eye-opening for me, and it made me realize just how big the sport was.
We've had a lot of fun, but now as you look forward to 2016 and your 3rd Olympic team, how do you keep coming back? One of my favorite things about Carrie Goucher is that you dare to put yourself out there even when you're coming back from injuries, and we know you've had your ups and downs, but you keep on coming back. How do you do that?
I just have things that I want to accomplish and goals that I still have yet to achieve, and there's a lot of bad days, but there's a lot of good days, and I just still feel the fire, and until that fire goes away, you're going to see me keep trying to come back.
So what is the goal now between now and 2016? I'm assuming the marathon again in 2016, but how do you keep on rebuilding and keep on figuring out how to be a better athlete?
For me this year, it's crucial to go back and get my speed. I'm back with Mark Wetmore and Heather Burrows, and so I'm training with some young, very, very fast women, some of the very best women in the world. And so for me, it's about going back, changing it up, which makes it fresh at age 36 to be going back to the track and get my speed under me again, and then transition that back into the marathon. I hope to make the marathon team in 2016.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Mom's an Olympian. Dad's an Olympian. I want to buy track stock in that 4-year-old.
And he's fast.
What's he run the mile in?
He could probably beat you.
Pretty good. Let's talk about some of the favorites in today's women's girls race here. Let's take it away.
Well, I definitely like running with a pack as much as I can. I think all of the girls here are kind of in the same boat where we don't usually get to run with a pack that much. So I think that'll be nice, and it helps each other. It helps, you and the others both run faster. But I think I usually just run instinctively, and I know when it's time to make a surge, and I'm just going to give it my all. And I mean, it'll be good enough, obviously I'm going for another championship, but if I cross the line and I feel like I couldn't have ran faster, then I'll be happy.
Of course, it's my last cross-country race ever in high school, so I obviously want to perform well, but whatever my training has prepared me for is what I'm going to go out and do, and as long as I stay focused on racing but enjoy myself at the same time, not get too uptight about it, I think that it'll go well for me.
I think starting out conservatively works for me, and then just pushing from there and trying to just have a good kick for the finish.
Well, I'm super excited because this is the best experience of my whole entire career so far. Every year I look forward to coming to nationals here and looking forward to trying to make it. And so being here for my last cross-country race is amazing. And definitely for Saturday, it's my last year to try to win the whole thing. So that's my goal. So you never know. I'm just gonna go out there and run fast and fun and just see how it goes.
A lot of experience towards the top, and let's start with your favorite, Anna Rohrer.
Anna Rohrer, 2012 champion here. She is coming back from injuries and having her own roller coaster ride. But you know what? To see her each and every race continually getting better and to build upon this race, I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with today. But we can't forget, we just heard her, McKenna Morley. She's a 4-time finalist here. She probably knows this course better than anybody. She has her little sister chasing her today. I think those are the 2 big dogs. But again, there's 40 runners that could easily be first there today.
Tim, who are some of the names we haven't talked about yet that you think could sneak in there?
You know, I was just watching the video thinking of how much bigger and stronger these girls are. And in a muddy course like this, that experience and that strength will pay a big dividend here. I think Brianna Schwartz and Hannah Balsi from the Northeast, they were 6th and 2nd last year. Experience plays a big part of this. Ryan Fraser is very fast. She ran under 17 minutes this year for 5,000. So she's the South Regional Champion. So it should be, those 4 girls or those 5 girls right there, that's a good group. But there's some talented young girls here, and you know, sometimes those young girls just take off, don't worry about what everybody else thinks and what everybody else says should happen. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting of the experience versus the speed of the youngsters. So.
Do you think the favorites will establish themselves early?
I think everybody will look at each other. It'll be interesting. Sometimes in this race we go out a little slow and they look at each other, waiting for the move, and then sometimes somebody decides, I'm going to make it early and you better hang with me because I'm not going to let up. So it'll be interesting in that first 3/4 to a mile to see who decides that they'd like to change this race.
There's always somebody that gets really excited, that pushes really hard early on. But, you know, sometimes it works. And you can't let that person go too far out. But I think we have a lot of veterans in the race, too, that a lot of the young girls will be looking at today.
That's true.
The course conditions, we haven't talked a whole lot about it yet. The spikes, I know an issue for some of them to figure out how large a spike to put on this morning. Is it to the point where we could see some spills at the bottom of the hills?
Maybe, but they're pretty experienced. Most of the girls at this level have worn spikes virtually all their races, so they're experienced with it. They know how to run with that. That shouldn't be too big an issue, so I don't think that'll be a problem.
Well, we are getting close. I can see the girls warming up over there. The nerves probably built just a little bit here. And gosh, I just can't wait to get this thing going. We're not quite there yet. Good thing for that, because we're going to see them at the starting line. We also have some color guard here as well, right? Where are they at? Do you see them out there?
Directly across.
Directly across. All right, there they are. Let's take it away. That is the Morse High School Junior ROTC. And now let's bring on Jaina and Julia Bulio singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now our pleasure to introduce the top 40 female high school runners in the country. We'll begin with the Northeast under the direction of their captain, Molly Huddle, American record holder at 5,000 meters. And with their coordinator, Phil Zoda. Now our top 10 from the South. We're in bib number 20 today, a senior from North Henderson High School in Clinton, New Jersey. The New Jersey Class 4 state champion in track, Group 4 state champion at 3,200 meters, 10th in the Northeast Regional, Eve Glasser-Green. We're in bib 19, a senior from New Fairfield High School in Connecticut. 3 times the Connecticut State Cross Country Champion. 3 times been All-State and All-New England. On the track, state champ at 3,200 meters. 9th in the Northeast Regional. This is Gabrielle Rikiki. We're in bib 18, a junior from Mount Lebanon High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She won the Red, White, and Blue Invitational. 2 times winner of the Donnelly Molyneux Cross Country Award. 8th in the Northeast Region, Kelsey Potts. We're in bib number 17, a senior from Penridge High School in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. 3 times she's placed in the top 6 in the Pennsylvania State Cross Country Championships. In track, 2 times the state champion indoors in the mile and outdoors at 3,200 meters. 7th in the Northeast Regional, Marissa Shiva. We're in bib 16, a junior from the Ursuline School in New Rochelle, New York. 3 times the Disney Cross Country Classic champion, 2 times Westchester County champion, the top junior in this year's New York State Championships, 6th in the Northeast region, Anna Flynn. We're in bib 15, a senior from Bedford High School in Massachusetts, 2-time the state cross country champion. She was the Division V East champion 3 times, state champ in the indoor 2-mile, 5th in the Northeast regional, Erin Deitz. We're in bib 14, a junior from North Allegheny High School in Wexford, Pennsylvania. 3rd in the state cross country championships. In track, 2nd at 1,600 meters. She ran 4:47 for that distance. 4th in the Northeast Regional, Madeline Davison. We're in bib 13, a junior from Barrington High School in Rhode Island. 3 times the Rhode Island State Cross Country Champion. 2 times Gatorade Runner of the Year for Rhode Island. All New England first team 3 years in a row. 3rd in her region. This is Emma McMillan. We're in bib number 12, a junior from Staples High School in Westport, Connecticut. She placed 2nd in this race last year. Twice she's won the Connecticut State Cross Country Championship and then gone on to win the New England Cross Country title. In track, she was state champ at 16 and 3,200 with PRs of 4:47 and 9:55. Runner-up in the Northeast Regional, Hannah DeBalsi. And we're in bib number 11, a senior from Shaler Area High in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She placed 6th here last year, the 2014 state cross country champion. She was the 3-time WPIL champion and course record holder, 2-time state champion at 1,600 meters on the track. She's run 2:10 for 800, 4:42 for the mile. She'll be attending the University of Colorado in the fall. The Northeast Regional champion, Brianna Schwartz. And now moving on to the South. They're headed by Captain Amy Hastings, 10-time NC All-American, under the direction of their coordinator, Max Mayo. We're in bib number 30, a junior from Alamo Heights High School in San Antonio, Texas, the district and regional cross-country champion. She's run 4:57 for 1,600, 10:53 for 3,200, 10th in the South Regional, Abby Gray. We're in bib 29, a junior from Spartanburg Christian Academy in Inman, South Carolina. 6-time South Carolina State Cross Country Champion. The 2012 South Carolina Gatorade Runner of the Year. 9th in the South Region, Logan Morris. We're in bib 28, a senior from Watauga High School in Boone, North Carolina. She won the Wendy's Invitational, the Furman Classic, and the High Country Classic. Runner-up in the 4A State Championships this year. 8th in the South Region, Kathleen Mansur. We're in bib 27, a junior from Fellowship Christian High School in Roswell, Georgia. Undefeated in the state of Georgia this year, leading her all the way to setting 3 course records and winning the Division 1A Georgia State title. 7th in the South Regional, Emma Grace Hurley. We're in bib 26, a senior from Loudoun Valley High in Purcellville, Virginia. 2nd in the state cross country champions this year. She's run 10:56 at 3,200 meters. 6th place in the South Regional, Kira Donahue. We're in bib 25, just a freshman from Heritage High School in Leesburg, Virginia. She won the Manhattan Invitational this year. Runner-up in the Virginia State meet, 5th in the South Regional, Winnie Kaladi. Wearing bib 24, a sophomore from EC Glass High School in Lynchburg, Virginia. She's been state champ in cross country in each of her first 2 years in high school, and this year set a new course record doing so. State indoor champ at both the mile and the 2 mile, fourth in the South Regional, Libby Davidson. Wearing bib 23, a sophomore from Martha Lane's Collin High School, Simpsonville, Kentucky. She placed 18th in this race last year. Just a sophomore, she's already been the Kentucky State cross-country champion 4 times. Last spring, she was state champ in track at 800, 16, and 32. Fourth in the South Regional, Gabriella Karras. Wearing bib 22, a junior from New Braunfels in Texas, the 2013 Texas 5A state champion, runner-up this year. She's run 4:51 for 1600, 10:27 for 32, second in the Foot Locker South Regional, Paige Hofstad. And wearing bib 21, a senior from Ravenhoff High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. The first North Carolina girl ever to break 17 minutes on a 5,000-meter course. She ran a 4:44 indoor mile just last month, 10:12 for 3,200. She's signed to attend North Carolina State in the fall. Our Foot Locker South Regional champion, Ryan Frazier. And now moving on to the girls of the Northwest. They'll be led by their captain, the world champion bronze medalist, Kara Goucher. And they'll be under the direction of their coordinator, Peter Henkes. Wearing bib number 40, a junior from Shorewood High School in Wisconsin, the 2013 Wisconsin State Cross Country champion, runner-up this year. She's run 10:36 for 3,200, 10th in the Midwest region, Morgan Florsheim. Wearing bib 39, a senior from Madison Edgewood of the Sacred Heart in Wisconsin. She won the 2014 Wisconsin State Division II Cross Country Championship, running the fastest time of the day of all division champions. In track, she was state champion at both 16 and 3,200. She'll be running at the University of Wisconsin in the fall. 9th in the Midwest region, Amy Davis. Wearing bib 38, a junior from Capitol High School in Brighton, Michigan. At one point this season, she had won 12 straight races, leading up to her winning her second Michigan State Cross Country Championship, 8th in the Midwest Regional, Sarah Kettle. Wearing bib 37, a senior from River Falls High School in Wisconsin. She not only won the Wisconsin Division I State Championships this year in cross country, but she also set a new meet record in doing so. She was a winner at the GRIAC Invitational. She'll attend Iowa State in the fall, 7th in the Midwest region, Annie Frisbee. Wearing bib 36, a senior from Eureka High in Missouri. 3 times the Missouri State Cross Country Champion. Straight track champ at 800, 1600, 32, and part of the 4x8 winning relay team. She has run 4:42 for 1600, 10:20 for 3200. This is her 3rd time at the Foot Locker Nationals, 6th in the regional this year, Hannah Long. Wearing bib 35, a sophomore from Linn-Mar High School in Aurora, Iowa. She placed 9th in this race last year. She's one of the top American junior triathletes in the country. She's run 4:44 for 16, 10:06 for 3,200 meters on the track. 5th in the Midwest region, Stephanie Jenks. Wearing bib 34, a senior from Seaholm High School in Bloomfield, Michigan. She won the 2013 and 14 Michigan Division I State Cross Country Championships, and this year was named Michigan Miss Cross Country as she set 5 course records this year. State champ at 3,200 meters on the track with a best of 10:07. 4th in the Midwest region, Audrey Belf. Wearing bib 33, a junior from Peoria Notre Dame High School in Illinois, the 2014 Illinois Class 2A state champion. She set 4 new course records this year alone in cross country. State champ at 3,200 on the track, 3rd in the regional, Mary Jean Gilbert. Wearing bib 32, a sophomore from Fort Collins High School in Colorado. This year she won the Colorado 5A state cross country championship for the 2nd year in a row, this year leading her team to the state championship also. She was state champion at 3,200 meters on the track. She has a best of 10:15 for 3,200. Runner-up in the Midwest region, Lauren Gregory. Wearing bib 31, a senior from Mishawaka in Indiana. The 2012, she was our Indiana State Cross Country Champion, the Foot Locker Midwest Regional Champion, and the Foot Locker National Champion. In 2014, she won the Indiana State Cross Country Champ and set a new meet record. She won the state 3,200 meter title on track, both last year and this year. She's run 10:14 for that distance. Our 2014 Midwest Regional Champion. She won that race by 30 seconds. Anna Rohr. And now moving on to the West, led by their captain, Olympic bronze medalist Dina Castor, and under the direction of their coordinator, Doug Todd. Now wearing bib number 50, a senior from South Torrance High School in Torrance, California, placed third in the California State Cross Country Championships. On the track, she's run 10:18 for 3,200. She will leave the beaches of SoCal next fall to attend the University of Alaska at Anchorage. She was 10th in the Western Regional, Kimberly Kasha. Wearing bib 49, a senior from Lynbrook High School in San Jose, the 2013 and 14 MVP of her team while maintaining a 4.0 GPA and being presented as the school's Scholar Athlete Award. 9th in the Western Regional, Grace Ling. Wearing bib 48, a junior from Bella Vista High School in Fair Oaks, California, 2013 California Section Cross Country Champion. This year was awarded the V Award as the City Female Athlete of the Year. She's run 4:52 for 1,600. 8th in the regional this year, Kendall Derry. Wearing bib 47, a sophomore from Citrus Valley High School in Highland, California. She's been undefeated in league in each of her first 2 years of racing in high school. She was the San Bernardino County Runner of the Year, 7th in the West Region, Claire Graves. Wearing bib 46, just a freshman from Big Fork High School in Montana. One of 3 girls from Montana to make it to the Nationals this year. She placed second in the Montana Class B State Cross Country Championships, running under 17 to become one of only 3 girls ever to break that mark. As an 8th grader, she ran 4:47 for 1,600 meters. 6th in the West Region, Bryn Morley. Wearing bib 45, a senior from Camp Alindo High School in Colbert, California. She's a senior, but this is her first year running, and she placed second in the California State Division III Championships. 5th in the West Region, Tony Fanon. Wearing bib 44, also a freshman from Glacier High School in Kalispell, Montana. This year she was Montana Class AA champion, winning by more than 30 seconds. She won the Mountain West Cross Country Championship and set a new course record. She ran 4:48 for 1,600 as an 8th grader. 4th in the Western Region, Annie Hill. Wearing bib 43, a senior from Menlo High School in San Mateo, California. The 2014 California Central Coast Division IV Cross Country Champion. 3rd in the California Division IV State Championships. 3rd in the West Region, Elizabeth Lacey. Wearing bib 42, a senior from Malibu High School in California. She won the California Division IV State Championship this year. Twice she's been the California Southern Champion. She won the Mount Sac Invitational Sweepstakes Championship this year. Runner-up in the West Region, Caroline Petrick. And wearing bib 41, a senior from Big Fork High School in Montana. This is her 4th appearance in the Foot Locker Nationals. She is the 4-time Montana Class B State Champion, set a new meet record doing so this year. In track, she's run 10:16 for 3,200. This year, she repeated as the Foot Locker Western Regional Champion, but this year she ran almost 30 seconds faster than she did in winning last year. She will stay in the state and attend the University of Montana next year. Our 2014 Western Regional Champion, McKenna Morley.
So the girls gathered at the starting line, and it's as if just on cue the weather is cooperating. Nothing but blue skies above us, about 60 degrees right now, Carrie.
It's perfect. I mean, there's no wind. There's a little bit of sogginess out on the course, but you know what? Cross-country runners like elements. So maybe if that's what we're going to get here in San Diego, give it to us because we're ready for it. But, you know, this is the nerve-wracking part for the ladies right now. They're on the line. You know, they might be hearing different people's names and stats right now, but really all of them need to be so excited that they're here. They have done so well all season. This is to cap off their season, some of them their career, for their high school careers, and all of them are just champions for getting here. We're so proud of them. Can't wait to see this race go off. Regardless of how they do today, they'll never forget this moment.
What are they thinking about right now? More importantly, what should they be thinking about?
You know, they're going through their race strategy. They've talked to their coaches, their parents, their teammates. Everyone knows what is going on in their minds because they have probably talked about it. But they're also hopefully saying some positive word cues and and visualizing some great outcomes of this race. You don't want to have any negative things going on in your mind right now. And you know, hopefully they're smiling and enjoying this moment because you might not get it again.
Is there some strategy going on with the 4 different groupings?
Of course. I mean, everyone wants that team title. It is an individual race, but at the end of the day, we do have 4 teams in this race. So I'm sure that they've all talked with their coordinators and their elite athletes that have been with them. They might have a little race strategy, but the better they do individually, the better that team does.
I wonder how much energy is needed just to kind of keep in the race at that beginning part. But can you put too much energy into the start?
You can. I mean, you can go a little too hard. There's lactic acid that comes in. There's all kinds of fun stuff physiologically that we all work through during the race. But, you know, everyone's going to get off the line fast. They want to get into good position. Even though it is a 5K race, you want to be where you want to be, or at least can see it. You don't need to be there in the very first mile, but you want to be able to see it. And, you know, very rarely do we see someone come from last place all the way to the first place. So I'm sure we're going to see a good start off the bat.
There's just too many good kids, just too many good runners in this race. You can't run away from this many good runners, and you can't afford to let too many get away, that's for sure.
They are the best high school runners in the nation. They're shaking out the nerves, getting those last stretches in. They look ready to go. Look at those girls up there. They are the best in America, and they're gathered here in Balboa Park.
The 2014 Foot Locker National Championship. The orange of the Northeast, the blue of the South, the Midwest in the green, and the West in the pink. So, Carrie, we talked about them going out hard, and they get a little excited because we go downhill here for most of that first 500 meters of the race here. I think some girls think that just takes them out really hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get a little nervous because you do feel like, oh, we're going so fast. But once you make that little turn down at the bottom of this hill, you go back up a little bit and you kind of settle back into that rhythm.
I guess we have our race strategy going to play out right off the bat. That's McKenna Morley. That's the West Regional Champion. She did that in the regional there, went out very hard. You can't say she doesn't know the course. This is her 4th time here, so she certainly knows what she's doing. But, boy, she is taking it out.
Well, she had said that she really kind of just qualified at the West Regional, and you were talking about how much faster she ran there than the year before. She won by 30 seconds, but she really is excited to race here, and she wants that win. She's gotten pretty close, top 10 finishes 2 different times, and, you know, this is her 4th time here. I would say I'm not surprised to see her leading this little bit in the first part of the race.
It's not just because everybody's letting her go either. She is really taking out the pace.
Well, we saw her running yesterday. I think it was with her mom and dad, all 4 of them. Her sister, I think it was her mom and dad out running the course and chatting. And, you know, they've all come as a family, and it's pretty neat to see them back and pretty neat to see the 2 sisters in there. But also they have a 3rd person out here racing that's from their town. And they are all so fast. I mean, talk about having competition almost daily in Montana there.
They're doing the dog loop, so the course goes down about 500 meters, makes a big U-turn, and now starts coming back up to the 800-meter mark. So those of you here at the field here, you can see the big Foot Locker statue there. That's about where our 800-meter mark is, and we'll get a split of how fast they are going here. So it's a figure-8 loop twice. That's our course here, 5,000 meters. So as they come by the midsection here again, McKenna Morley is our leader. We're just being able to pick them up coming out of the eucalyptus trees now.
And it looks like the bulk of the fans here gathered, and they're going to run into that and get a nice pick-me-up with the cheers as well.
You know, Stephen, it is a great course to watch because you get to see them come by so many times. It isn't like they take off at the gun and then you see them at the finish. So this is really one of the great courses in the country. It's a great cross-country course. It's got grass, it's got dirt, it's got hills, it's got some big hills, it's got rolling hills. It really isn't a flat section anywhere. So it's a true cross-country course, to say the least, and one of the best in the country. And so it's a great place to have our national champion. You can't get away. It's not kind of flat course where somebody could sneak out and pull away. They just can't.
A cool story with the girl that's in 2nd place right now, Stephanie Jenks. You can't see her number on screen right now. She has the darker ponytail. She is the silver medalist from the Youth Olympics in the triathlon. I mean, this girl can do all sorts of things, but she really loves to run. She's going to focus on running now for the next few years, but might come back to the sport of triathlon. And as we see them come by us right here, all look so good. Anna Rohr there in second, and Stephanie Jenks in third, who I was just talking about, the triathlete.
They do go across the road here. Now it'll be another downhill stretch here. Downhill stretch. And then they'll head to the first time up the big hill. And as Adam mentioned to you, the hill is an important part of this race. First time relatively conservative time. Second time, boy, that's when things really start to roll.
Tim, it looks like we've gone into single file status here.
You know, that shows you how fast the race is, because as we mentioned, that's 40 very talented girls there. They are all running very well. And we have our two regional champions running side by side right there. So it is a very fast start. Nobody letting anybody go. And the girls with the experience, you've got the 2012 Foot Locker champion and the Western Regional champion, 4-time runner here, and they are out well. You can see, you're right, Stephen, it has stretched out there. This is a relatively flat part of the course, a little bit downhill. They'll make another U-turn, and then they'll start heading to the mile mark.
Just to give you an idea, the record has been held here since 1990. Melody Fairchild, anyone who knows the sport should know that name. She was such an athlete in high school and continues to still run on the trails. But she has her time of 16:39 that has held that many years. And to go through around 5:21 is what that pace is. So we'll have to see what they come up on. But we have caliber runners here that could challenge that if the footing is okay for it, if it's not too soggy. But we definitely have girls out in this race that could challenge that record today.
You know, Carrie, a lot of people consider that to be one of, if not the greatest high school girls cross country race ever. That time of 16:39 is phenomenal. So here we coming up to the mile there, and as you can see, Morley in the pink of the West and Rohr in the green, and then that looks like now moving up there to join them right there, Ryan Fraser from Ravencroft. We talked a little earlier, this is some very strong athletes here, and we're going to hit the first mile right there, 5:19 at the mile.
Right at pace.
Pretty good, pretty good. That's a pretty fast first mile.
Especially with the wet conditions on the grass and the dirt, the footing, as you mentioned, might be a little off.
So now we're heading up the hill here. Now this whole hill from the bottom all the way to the top where they get ready to come down Upas there, it's about almost a 400-meter hill, but it's broken up. This real steep part here, as we see the girls go up, they'll make a right turn, they'll level off, and then they'll start a long climb. Anna Rohr there starting to push it a little bit there, but her and Morley side by side. Carrie, you were right. That's the two you said. There they are.
Well, there's so many athletes we could talk about. We have to mention the favorites, and those are the two that we talked about early off. Anna Rohr having some serious foot issues the past couple years with some stress fractures. She had surgery in her navicular bone. She was in a wheelchair after that surgery for 6 weeks. You know, she's been really trying to cross-train through them, but also just learning real early those hard lessons of being a great athlete and coming back and doing so well. It's fun to see her back here, and, you know, she definitely wants to have that title back.
I don't think the camera does that hill justice.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Those of us here at the course, you can look across the road and you can see them when they hit the very top of the hill. It is a big hill. There's no doubt about it there. So now they'll make a big left turn, and it'll be the steep downhill. We said it's about 400 meters all the way to the top if you take it from the bottom of the road, and it all comes down very quickly in just about 30 seconds of down. I actually see a little dust there, so the course is in good shape there. There they are. Those are our three regional winners there running side by side.
Ryan Fraser is not... She's one of the two Fraser ladies that have run here. Her sister ran here twice, Wesley Fraser, who is now running in college and obviously has some great advice from her. But what accolades she has, Tim. She is just doing very well on the track and on the cross-country courses.
So, Carrie, it looks like the three have decided that this is not going to be a tactical race. This is going to be a real race. Who's got the strength and who's got the guts? Because we're only just a little over a mile and a quarter here, and they have separated themselves and continue to open up that lead. That's Rohr in the green, and you can see Morley in the pink, and right in the middle, Fraser in the blue of the south. There we go. Here they come around now. They've come around to the halfway point.
Yeah, this is the time where you kind of have to really figure out your race strategy and figure out if I'm going to stick to it or have to run on the fly a little bit and change it up. And, you know, everyone has a different plan going in, and you have to worry about what's going on around you. But at the same time, you have to stay within yourself because we do have over half of the race to go here.
Here they come, just basically halfway at 8:20. Roar, Fraser, Morley. And that looks like Lauren Gregory there at the end of that group right there, right with him. And now we've done the first figure 8 loop, and we'll do it again. Boy, great team battle. As Carrie mentioned, it is a team competition also, but it's wide open there.
Last year, the Northeast won by quite a margin there for the team battle. So, you know, I know they want to carry on that tradition, but it is always down to the wire to see who wins that as a team competition.
So we're just under 8:20 there at basically the halfway point. So they're running pretty quick here. So we'll see if they can maintain that for a second loop. But that was a very fast first mile and a half. So this will be now who can hang. Carrie, can you see someone coming from other than those 4?
You know, you can't overlook 5th, 6th, 7th place. I mean, I think you have to be in that top 10 to really come back. We have heard stories, and there have been. Sarah Hall is one of them who came from way back and used that kick that we've all seen that she has. But, you know, really, I would say it's tradition to see the girls up front. Those are the ones that are going to pull off the win today, or could pull off the win today. But you never know.
They are really moving there. They use that downhill. Now they're making that dog loop down there again with a big U-turn, get a little bit of uphill. But they are really flying here.
Yeah. If we could talk about that record again, 10:43 is what they got to come through the 2 mile in roughly to be on pace to get that record.
Roar, Fraser, and Morley, nobody giving quarter at all. All 3 of them had left at some point, continue to push the pace. Gregory trying to make sure she doesn't give up too much of that gap.
Now, Carrie, you ran this race. Would you prefer at this point to have someone in front of you that you could track, or do you want to be the lead dog?
Well, being that I come from a little bit more of a speed background, then coming up to the 5K, I like to sit on people and try to outkick them. It's a mean way to run, but that was kind of the way I like to run. But I always like to see the position I wanted to end in. I didn't like to be too far back where I really had to work hard to get back up. So for me, I would have probably been up in the, you know, hopefully right on the shoulder or in the top 5, 6 places.
Got to take advantage of your speed, don't you? There you go.
You try to at least.
Roar, a 2012 champion, continues to put that pace, but Fraser right on her shoulder. McKenna Morley just a couple steps back. We're coming up to the 2 miles. Looks like we're just a shade over 11. Going to be right at about 11:05.
Yep, so they're just a little bit off that pace. But you know what? Records are meant to be broken, but really winning the race is the ultimate goal today. And, you know, I'm sure that they've heard about the record, and everyone would love to get that. It's been standing for a long time, but winning this race is far more important.
Anna Roar, senior, 2012 champion, trying to come back and win it here. Ryan Fraser, the senior from Ravencroft, also right with her. That's Roar in the yellow and Fraser in the blue. And here they come, stride for stride, coming back to the middle of the course. Here we go.
Going to get yet another pick-me-up from the various parents and coaches and fans who've been cheering them on all throughout their season so far, but this being the climax right here.
It's interesting. Those are our 3 regional winners, and then the girls running in 4, 5, and 6 are all the second place, the runners up there. We see Hannah DeBalzi starting to move up here. She was second in this race last year, just a little bit off that pace, starting to come back. Lauren Gregory, the sophomore from Colorado. And Paige Hofstad from New Braunfels. There was some discussion of her being right up in there, and she is. So it is a good battle here. 6 girls there with a real shot at this. Again, on the downhill, a little bit more downhill, and then to the big hill for the second time. When you get to the top of that hill, it is downhill. It's just about a half mile to the finish, and then the last part, the gruesome part is it's 165 yards, most of that uphill to the finish. Looks like Anna Roar trying to make another move, trying to open up that distance, but Ryan Fraser not letting her get away.
Roar, with all the ups and downs that she had, she's run 10:14 still on the track, and hasn't had many track seasons to be able to prove that. But Ryan Fraser's trying to attack that move that Anna Roar has made here on the hill.
It is. They're just on that flat part heading to the big hill again, but Roar just continues to push the pace, and as you can see, they have now separated themselves. Fraser right there trying to hold on, but Roar very strong. This is a very strong move before they even get to the hill for the second time. But they have really separated themselves. A two-woman race here for the national championship. They'll head across the road here slightly and then uphill, but Anna Roar looking very strong.
Let's talk about Ryan Fraser's times here real quick. 4:44 that she ran just 2 weeks ago at an indoor mile. That's 4:44 over the mile. She's run 10:12, which she ran outdoors for the 2 mile just a few weeks ago as well. She just beat an all-college field at a 5K cross-country course race and trying to, just get a little bit more prepared for this race. This woman is running so well this year. And so is Anna Roar, but we cannot, obviously, there's a little bit of space here, but we can't overlook her.
Look at her dig in there. Anna Roar using everything to get up that hill. Fraser, right, these two young ladies have run so hard to this point. My goodness, here we go now. A little bit of flat, then they'll make another U-turn, and it'll be the last part of the big uphill, then the steep downhill, and about 500 meters to a national championship. But Anna Roar has continued to push that pace. Carrie, she doesn't let up.
She doesn't let up. She just grinds it out entirely. She'd be the second person since Jordan Hessay to win 2 championships in a non-consecutive year. That's pretty awesome to be in Jordan Hessay's company.
Oh, my goodness. She's now made it to just about the top of the hill. A little bit more across the top. We can just see him from down on the field here. But she has made that move, and she's made that move stick.
Start to finish, she's been out there in front. She hasn't been afraid. I mean,
That's
she
how
came
she
in with some
likes to
pressure because she was the favorite, and certainly she's living up to it at this point.
What a thrill for her, having come back after 2012 and all the injuries last year, to come back here and to really run as strong as she has. Here we go on the downhill now. 300 meters of a very steep downhill. When they hit the bottom of that, then they have just about 500 meters to the finish line. Ryan Fraser still in second, but Anna Roar of the Midwest, holy cow, she is running great, coming on that down. Look at that lean. She's still leaning forward, still pushing that pace. She's under control.
When you are building and building and building like she has, coming back from an injury, you're just getting excited at the end of this race, at the end of this season progresses, and you can tell that she's just every single race getting better and better. And Anna Roar was going to be tough to beat today. She still has a little bit of this race to go, but she looks like she's well on her way to winning this national championship.
Oh my goodness, there they go across the road, a little bit of uphill. We'll level off of her a little bit. They'll hit the 3-mile mark, and then over the top right by the start line to the finish line. But Anna Roar, what a dominating race this has been, no doubt about it. She went right with Morley when she took the lead. They've continued to push the pace. A great effort from Ryan Fraser to continue with that. Roar making that turn now on this is the level part of the course. We'll get a 3-mile time and then that last bit to give us 5,000. But she continues to push the pace.
She looks good. She has such a long stride. She brings that foot right up underneath her butt. She really gets it out there.
She looks so much stronger, bigger, stronger, faster than she did 2 years ago. She really looks like a champion. Here they come by at the 3-mile mark. 16:40 for 3 miles. Anna Roar from the Midwest. A tremendous race by a tremendous champion. Still looking strong, pushing that pace up the hill. Fraser has made the turn at 3 miles. She's coming strong. Anna Roar continues to roar as she heads down the finish line.
Ryan Fraser there. Here comes McKenna Morley.
The senior, the 2014 Foot Locker national champion, Anna Roar. 17:13 or 17:12 is official time. Roar will be our champion. Fraser very strong, a great race from her. She'll finish second at 17:22. Morley finishes out her 4 years at Foot Locker, a great race, finishing third at 17:22. Paige Hofstedt continued to move up, 17:32 in fourth. Great race for Paige, just from the south, gives us 2 from the south and 1 from the Midwest and 1 from the west. Go ahead and bring all these girls home. A great race here. Hannah DeBalsi will finish 5th at 17:46. Libby Davidson 6th at 17:47. Audrey Belf 7th. We have Gabriella Karras in 9th. Elizabeth Lacey in 10th. Gregory in 11th. Anna Frisbee in 12th. Petrick 13th. Jakes finishes in 14th. Rakiki will finish in 15th. Kelsey Potts in 16th. Schwartz in 17th, Long in 18th, Kaladi in 19th. Florsheim will finish top 20. Tony Fanon, the first-year runner, senior, will finish 21st. McMillan, 22nd. And the freshman, Bryn Morley, she finishes in the top 30 also. We got Annie Hill, the freshman, 8th place for the freshman from Montana. You were right, Carrie. There's some fast freshmen.
Yeah, when you can run 4:48 as an 8th grader, come on. And the Morley sisters, you know, those 3 girls from Montana, bravo to them for working so hard together and to be able to pull them along to fast times.
We'll bring all these girls home, those of you along that finish line stretch. All these girls, certainly league champions, section champions, most of them state champions. Now, Foot Locker All-American. Boy, there's a term that you sure want to put on your resume, isn't it? Huh?
For sure. What a great race today.
Boy.
Fun to see Anna Rohr come back from such upsetting and disappointing injuries that you shouldn't have those when you're in high school. You know, I mean, I know we all run the risk of that when we're in a sport like this, but you know, it's just not fair to be taken away from your sport in high school. And, you know, just it's fun to see her back so healthy and happy and what life lessons she's already learned at an early age.
Carrie, you know well as anybody, especially with young high school female athletes, you know, how many have we seen that don't ever come back from this or never get back to that level? So I think, I hate to say it's a crowd favorite, but it may be. You know, what a great kid to have her come back and win. That's pretty exciting.
The comeback story is always a fun one for others. It's not so fun when you're the athlete, but you know, to be able to come back here and win and to be, like I said, in Jordan Hasay's company, she knows she hopefully has a bright future like Jordan. Jordan is one of our favorites to make the 2016 Olympic team and doing very well. So that'll be fun for her to say, I was like Jordan Hasay and won 2 non-consecutive titles.
Yeah, that's a great club. They belong to the club that Carrie Tollefson belongs to, and Dina Castor and Meb Kislewski and Molly Huddle, American record holders, Olympic medalists, and now they belong to that club. You guys have a handshake, do you?
Well, we might.
Oh, you can't tell us. I guess we're not.
It's a secret handshake.
That's it.
Well, congratulations to all those girls. And, you know, what a great scene to see them coming up through the finish there. Let's get down to the woman of the hour. That is Anna Rohr. Congratulations.
Wow, we are here with Anna Rohr. I am still feeling the buzz of that race. It was such an amazing, aggressive, beautiful way to run a cross-country race here this morning. Can you tell me, were these the tactics that you planned? Is this what you visualized last night before going to bed, is running as aggressively as you did?
Yeah, I try to keep an open mind because I know usually a race never goes right as you plan. So I wanted to stay with a pack because these girls are really tough, and I know they were going to lead me through in a good time. So I stayed with them, and I knew we were going to have to break away at some point. So I really tried to open it up at the top of the hill, and I think that's where I have my strength.
Tell me how good it feels to be a 2-time Foot Locker national champion.
Wow, it's amazing just because this is so many hours of training, and the times when I just really don't feel like doing it and when I'm hurt, this is what makes it worth it, and this is why I want to keep running. Even if I didn't win, it's just such a great feeling.
Great. 2012 Foot Locker national champion, plagued with injuries last year. You really showed grit and determination to be able to come back and show what that persistence really does. It pays off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And I just thank God every day because it really is a blessing to be back here.
Well, you executed that race beautifully today, and we look forward to a very bright future ahead. Anything you want to say to family and friends out there?
I have so many family members that came to watch, and I know so many people back home are watching, and just shout out to Mishawaka High School. Thanks for supporting me.
Congratulations, Anna. We're going to throw it back on the stage.
Anna Rohr this morning, the pride of Indiana.
Yeah, I'd say.
Mishawaka. There you go.
You know, it wasn't even out of breath. I mean,
no, I
just...
know. Very composed. You can tell that she has such a cardiovascular system. I mean, spending hours in the pool and on the Ultra G, she said she was on there this summer, and you know, she's just a class act. To be able to come back like she did is awesome.
So strong. My gosh, it looked like she was picking up the pace the whole way. It wasn't a move. It was a 2-mile move. My gosh, what a great race.
Yep.
Boy, you got to get credit. You know what you got to get credit to is Fraser and Morley. You know, that was a very fast first mile. They went up that hill very quickly. It would have been very easy to let up, yet those two girls ran great races also. So, you know, seniors, we usually say it with the boys, you know, but this year with the seniors, that experience really plays.
You know, also, I want to shout out to Hannah DeBalzi, who was in 5th there. She was 2nd here last year. Had a lot of pressure to come back, but she had some injuries early on in the season. So, you know, shout out to her, too, for coming back and doing very well and finishing in 5th place with 2 great showings here at Foot Locker.
Looks like Dina Castor is down there talking to our, is that our third place?
McKenna Morley, yeah.
McKenna Morley had an amazing race today. You went out aggressive. I think it was a 5:19 first mile that you were pushing. Was that part of your tactic today, is just to get off the line hard and push from the gun?
I mean, I just want to be relaxed and run smooth, and that's just kind of how I run, I guess. So it felt relaxed. I was like, oh, okay, that was a little quick, but oh well, just kind of keep going with it. So yeah.
It certainly looked smooth, so your tactic pulled off. What do you think was that crux of the race here today, the part of the race that you really had to dig down and get the best out of yourself? Because really, that's what cross country is all about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming into that second lap, it's just kind of like, well, you're like, I have a whole another one. So I had to definitely dig down right there and be like, hey, McKenna, you just got to stay in it. So, yeah, that was probably the hardest part.
Oh, we're getting some of your self-talk. I love that. And so tell me about having your family here. You obviously have supportive parents and a sister doing this journey with you. And how does that camaraderie help when you're out here really pushing your limits?
It's been so awesome having my sister here. I mean, it's just more like comforting to have her here because I'm used to her being with me and everything. And I've always told her about this experience. It's so amazing, and now she gets to experience it herself. So it's been so awesome to see.
Well, your parents have certainly passed on some great genes to both of you. Congratulations on a fantastic race today. We're going to throw it back to the stage.
This is a double feature because first we have the girls, and now we have the guys. The guys able to get anything from that race? Are they watching, or are they in their own world?
I think what we'll get from that is experience pays, boy. Here it really does. And this race on the boys' side is senior heavy, and great experience from some really fast boys. So it's exciting. It should be a great race.
They feel the energy, though, Stephen. They really do. So.
Well, let's hear from some of those boys right now. Here are the favorites.
The race last year was amazing, and John ran exceptionally well. And a lot of the same racers that were here last year are back this year, but I don't think it's going to be a carbon copy of last year just because the same guys are back. They're completely different runners, and so am I. So the race plan will kind of be adaptive to that.
So last year it was a little bit more of a tactical race, and after I reflected on it, I wasn't in quite as good shape as the top guys were last year. I was in good shape coming off my regional meet, but I just wasn't quite at the same level as Grant and those guys who were up front. So for me, this year I'm hoping that I can make the moves with the top guys rather than just hanging on for dear life. Because for me, like the last 800 last year was just like, I was just barely making it, and I was just exerting all my energy, and it took so much to finish.
I think probably one of my favorite workouts is hill work. Just being able to go and kill it on hills, just, go as hard as you can. And I think it'll benefit just because, that second hill on Balboa Park's pretty tough. So hopefully I can do some damage on it.
Really want to go in here trying to win. If I come up short, then, I gave it my best. But, if I got top 5, everyone here is so talented that it would be a realistic goal for that, but I'm, going to compete for the win.
Just a lot of experience, as you said, and that West team loaded with experience.
It really is. 6 of those boys were in the top 12 last year. They're all back, so wow.
Do they know each other? You heard one of them say, we're different. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Can a year make that much of a difference?
On the West side, they are all very good friends, actually. I mean, they like to beat each other, don't get me wrong, but they seem like they're all getting along very well and actually want each other to come race against them. They stay down here in between regionals, and they train together. But when you line up at the race, doesn't matter who's standing next to you. I feel like your faces kind of go blurry almost, and it's about who gets to that finish line first.
These boys are so competitive. They want to be the national champion. They like each other. They hang out together. They see each other all cross country meets everywhere now. And they really do enjoy no one knows the suffering that these guys do.
Well, we are ready for the boys to make their way to the starting line, and you're going to meet them right now. Here they are, coming through the Foot Locker entrance.
We've seen the top 40 girls in the country, and now we're excited this will be the top 40 boys. We're going to start introductions with the boys from the Northeast. They're led by their captains. They have two. He's run 27:32 for 10,000 meters. Diego Estrada. Four-time Olympian Abdi Abdirahman. And under the direction of their coordinator, Phil Zoda. And now the top 40 boys in the country. Wearing bib number 60, a senior from Bishop Eustace Prep High School in Blackwood, New Jersey. Third in the New Jersey Meet of Champions this year. 10th in the Northeast region, Sean Hutchinson. Wearing bib 59, a senior from Monroe Woodbury High School in New York. To the 2014 section champion, 9th in the Northeast Regional, Jack Jibb. We're in bib 58, a senior from Plattsburgh High School in New York. The 2013 New York State Cross Country Champion, 2014 Section Champion, 8th in the Northeast Regional, Jericho Gadway. We're in bib 57, a senior from South Egan High School in New Hampshire. The 2014 New Hampshire State Champion in cross country, 5th in the New England Championships, winner of the Manchester Invitational, 7th in the regional this year, Eli Moskowitz. We're in bib 56, a senior from Carmel High School in New York, 8th in the New York State Federation Championships. He's run 1:53 for 800, 4:09 for the mile, 6th in the regional this year, Benito Muniz. We're in bib 55, a junior from Central Bucks East in New Hope, Pennsylvania. He set a new state record in winning the Pennsylvania State Cross Country Championships this year, 5th in the regional, Jake Brophy. We're in bib 54, a senior from Hattsboro Horsham High School, Maple Glen, Pennsylvania, 6th in the State Cross Country Championships this year, 4th in the Foot Locker Northeast Regional, Casey Comer. We're in bib 53, a senior from William Hall High School in Connecticut, runner-up in both the Connecticut State Championships and the New England Cross Country Championships this year, 3rd in the regional, Ari Clow. We're in bib 52, a senior from Haddon Township in Westmont, New Jersey, winner of the New Jersey Cross Country Meet of Champions this year, South Jersey Runner of the Year, 2nd in the regional, Luke Patella. And we're in bib 51, a senior from Darien High School in Connecticut, undefeated this cross-country season, which included a win at the prestigious Manhattan Invitational. He's run 4:06 for 1,600, 8:52 for 3,200. He's going to Stanford in the fall. The Foot Locker Northeast Regional Champion, Alec Osberg. And now moving on to the South, under the direction of their captain, the American record holder at the mile at 3:46, the national high school record holder in the mile, Alan Webb. And they'll be under the direction of their coordinator, Max Mayo. Wearing bib number 70, a senior from New Braunfels in Texas. He was voted team captain this year, broke the school record for cross country, and was selected as the Express News Runner of the Year, 10th in the South Regional, Alex Rogers. We're in bib 69, a senior from Miami Sunset High School in Florida, the 2013 state champion in Division IV, and also the Gatorade Runner of the Year in Florida. He's made it to the state cross country finals all 4 years he's been in high school, 9th in the South region, Nicholas Diaz. Wearing bib 68, a junior from Merritt Island High School in Florida. Second in this year's Florida 3A state championships. He not only placed lower than second in any race during the regular season this year in cross country, 8th in the South region, Stephen Cross. Wearing bib 67, a junior from Western Albemarle High School in Virginia. Runner-up this year's Virginia State Cross Country Championships. Last fall, it was the Virginia 3A state champ for 3,200 meters indoors. 7th in the South region, Gannon Wilcuts. Wearing bib 66, a senior from T.C. Williams High School in Alexandria, Virginia. He was all-state in cross country this year, 6th in the South region, Antenna Gurma. Wearing bib 65, a senior from E.C. Glass High School in Virginia. The 2014 Virginia State Champion in cross country. Last fall was state champ in track, 5th in our South Regional this year, Peter Seufer. Wearing bib 64, a senior from Norman North High School in Oklahoma. Second year in a row at the Foot Locker Nationals. 2-time he's been the Oklahoma State Cross Country Champion. He's the state champ in track at both 16 and 3,200. He's got a PR 4:11 for 1,600. 4th in the South region, Ben Barrett. Wearing bib 63, a senior from Rutledge Granger High School in Tennessee. The 2014 Tennessee State Cross Country Champion. 4 times he's been all-state in cross country. 3rd in the regional this year, Zach Long. Wearing bib 62, a junior from Frisco Independence High School in McKinney, Texas. The 2013 and 2014 Texas State Cross Country Champion. He set a new course record in winning the Region 2 Championship this year. He was state champion at 16 and 3,200 on the track last fall. The South Region runner-up, Carter Blunt. And wearing bib 61, a junior from Loudoun Valley High School in Purcellville, Virginia. He set a new state record in winning the Virginia State Cross Country Championships, his 3rd straight title. He won the Great American Cross Country Festival this year. Last year, as just a sophomore, he won the state championship at both 16 and 3,200, running 4:10 and 8:53. Our South Regional Champion, Drew Hunter. And now moving on to the Midwest boys. They're led by their captain, who in 1994, right here, was a Foot Locker National Champion. Went on to be many-time NCAA champion, Adam Goucher. And another Buffalo right there behind him, an NCAA champion himself, Eduardo Torres. And they'll be under the direction of their coordinator, Peter Henkes. Wearing bib number 80, a senior from Madison West High School in Wisconsin. The 2013 and 14 state cross-country champion, was the Wisconsin Gatorade Runner of the Year, state champ at 3,200 on the track, 10th in the Midwest Regional this year, Alan Hacker. Wearing bib 79, a senior from Bray Ruff Jesuit in Carmel, Indiana. 3 times the Indiana State All-State in cross-country, 2 times Marion County champion, 9th in our regional this year, Zach Snyder. Wearing bib 78, a junior from Oakwood High School in Illinois. 2013 and 14 Class 1A state champion. This year he set a new course record winning this title. Last fall won both the 16 and 3,200 at the state track championships. 8th in the Midwest Regional, Jonathan Davis. Wearing bib 77, a senior from Columbus North High in Indiana. 4th in the Indiana State Cross Country Championships this year. He'll attend Purdue in the fall. 7th in the Midwest Regional, Seth Williams. Wearing bib 76, a senior from Gilbert High School in Ames, Iowa. This is his 2nd time in the Foot Locker Nationals. Last year he was the Iowa Gatorade Runner of the Year, the 2014 Iowa State Cross Country Champion, Iowa State Champ in track at 1,600. He has run 4:06 for 1,600, 8:50 for 3,200, 6th in the Midwest region. This is Thomas Pollard. Wearing bib 75, a junior from Carmel High School in Indiana, the 2014 Indiana State Cross Country Champion. Last year he was 2nd in the state track at 3,200, 5th in the Midwest Regional, Ben Veach. Wearing bib 74, a senior from Blue Valley West High School in Kansas. This year he won the Kansas State Cross Country Championship for the 2nd year in a row. All-state track at 16 and 3,200. He's run 9:01 for 3,200 on the track. 4th in the Midwest Regional, Stuart McNutt. Wearing bib 73, a senior from McHenry High School in Illinois. He's a 2-time Foot Locker National finalist. 2014 State 3A Division champion. Last fall state champ at the track at 3,200. He has run 8:54 for that distance. 3rd in the Midwest region, Jesse Reiser. Wearing bib 72, a senior from Concord High School in Michigan. 3 times he's been the state Division IV cross-country champion. In track, the Division IV state 3,200 meter champion. He was runner-up in our Midwest Regional this year, Jesse Hersha. And wearing bib 71, a senior from Grand Blanc High School in Michigan, the 2013 and 14 Michigan Division I state cross-country champion. He has run 4:02 for the full mile, 8:49 for 3,200. He was the Dream Mile champion last year, the Michigan State champion at both 16 and 32, the 2013 and 14 Foot Locker Midwest Regional champion. He will attend the Stanford in the fall. He is our defending Foot Locker national champion, Grant Fisher. And moving on to the West. They're led by their captain, the Olympic silver medalist, Meb Keflezighi. And they'll be under the direction of their coordinator, Doug Todd. Wearing bib number 90, a senior from Bishop O'Dowd High School in Pleasanton, California, the 2014 Northern California section cross-country champion, first team all Bay Shore and track, 10th in the West Regional this year, Colin Burke. Wearing bib 89, a junior from East High in Salt Lake City, Utah. He's been All-State in 2013 and 2014. He won the BYU Autumn Classic this year, 9th in the Western Regional. This is Garrick Bilacek. Wearing bib 88, a senior from Wasatch High School in Utah, the 2014 Utah 4A state champion. Second place last year in the state at 1,600 on the track. 8th in our Western Regional this year, Joshua Collins. Wearing bib 87, a senior from Kodiak High School in Alaska. He won the 2014 Alaska 4A state championship for the 3rd time this year. He's run 9 flat for 3,200 on the track. 7th in the Western Regional, Levi Tomet. Wearing bib 86, a junior from Brea Linda High School in California, the 2014 California state champion in cross country. This year he won the Mount Sac Invitational and set a new course record. He is the national record holder in 1,600 meters for freshmen, having run 4:09. In track, his PRs are 1:54, 4:06, 8:56. 6th in the West Regional, Austin Tamagno. Wearing bib 85, a senior from Skyview High School in Utah. He last year was the Utah 4A state champion. This year he won the Bob Furman Invitational on the track last fall. He was the state champion at both 16 and 3,200. He's run 4:10 for 1,600, 8:52 for 32. Foot Locker All-American the past 2 years, having placed 7th in Foot Locker's Nationals last year. 5th this year in the Western Regional, Connor Mance. Wearing bib 84, a senior from Mount Spokane in Colbert, Washington. He's a 3-time Foot Locker national finalist. This year he won the Washington-Oregon Border Clash. In track he's run 4:10 and 8:57. Last year in this Foot Locker national champion, he battled with Grant Fisher all the way to the finish line, placing just 3 seconds behind the champion. He is committed to join the NCAA champions at Colorado next year. 4th in our Western region, John Dressel. Wearing bib 83, a senior from Summit High School in Bend, Oregon. This year he was the Oregon 5A state championship, running the fastest time overall by 48 seconds. He was state champ in track at both 15 and 3,000. He's run 4:03 for the full mile, 8:18 for 3,000. He'll run for the Men of Oregon next year. He placed 3rd in this meet last year, 3rd in the Western Regional this year, Matthew Maitan. Wearing bib 82, a senior from Marin Academy in Ross, California. He was a Foot Locker All-American last year. This year he won his 2nd California Division V state championship. He was runner-up in the Western Regional this year, Trevor Reinhardt. And wearing bib 81, a senior from Pocatello High School in Idaho. 6th in this race last year. He's been undefeated in his home state for the past 2 years in cross country. This year he became the first runner in the Idaho state history to win 4 straight championships in cross country. He's also the defending state champ in track at 16 and 32, having run 4:09 and 8:55. He'll attend Boise State in the fall. Our West Regional champion, Elijah Armstrong.
Well, here they are, the future of running in America, and you can say, I saw them back when.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them returning. which is even better because it's going to make for a better race with all these veterans out in the race today. I'm excited to see them. And then again, the team championship will be fun with having the West bringing back 6 out of the 10. But you know what? We have some good regions out there today, so it's going to be a tight race.
You know, what was the expression, the future is now?
Yeah.
The future is now. These are fast guys. We've got at least a dozen boys who have broken 9 minutes for 3,200 meters. We've got experience. We've got strength. We've got boys who know the course. I don't think I've been excited about a boys race here in quite a while where there could be, there's a dozen boys that legitimately are standing there right now that could be the Foot Locker national champion.
Well, just the difference between the girls and the guys as we look over at the starting line. The guys, I don't want to say they're more calm and cool about it, but it seemed that the girls had a little more nervous energy, and these guys just kind of like, all right, here we go.
Maybe guys just know how to fake it a little bit more, but I think everyone has the same sort of nerves, the same sort of excitement. They're ready to go. They're excited.
They're all trying to think of what the other guy's trying to do. What's going to happen in this race? This is going to be a great race from the standpoint of who decides what's going to go.
Getting some final instructions at the starting line there. And this will be the last time we see them shoulder to shoulder.
The 2014 Foot Locker National Championship. You can see no shoving, but a lot of head turning, a lot of looking each direction as where is. They're going to try to pick each other up and see where they are.
Once that gun goes off, though, it's almost nice. It's more nerve-wracking starting that warm-up and that hour before the race. How many times are you going to go use the restroom? Making sure you have time to tie your shoes again, all that stuff. It's so nice once the gun goes off, and then you really just show your talent and really show your hard work.
So unlike the girls, the boys are going to kind of stay together here. You can see Osberg there on the left of the direction they're running there. Grant Fisher, our defending champion, right there in fourth there, third or fourth right there running together. All downhill here for the first about 450 meters. Then they'll make that dog loop. They'll jump back up and kind of form into a group as a pack again as they start heading uphill.
Let's remind everyone that we do talk a lot about Grant Fisher being the champion. He deserves that chatter that we have. But we have John Dressel, who was second here last year. I know you mentioned this, Tim, but we have our top 3 guys with Matthew Maton here as well. So to have our top 3 returning is pretty amazing. But we have an amazing field out here. And like I said, to have this many guys coming back, to have this many underclassmen that are now seniors, it's going to be a fun race today.
It should be interesting. That appears to be Zach Schneider out front pushing the pace. And right behind him there, you see Osberg and Fisher.
Let's talk about the record here again. It's an even longer record than the women's. In 1985, Ruben Reina set the record. His time was 14:36. So it's about a 4:41 mile pace, just for you people that like to really watch the clock. But on the girls' side today, we saw that clock kind of go out the back door and really get down to racing. And I think we're going to see the same on the men's side with a Grant Fisher in the race, who's not going to be one to push the pace necessarily, even though we know he can. I think it's going to be a sit and kick sort of race today.
That looks like Thomas Pollard took us through that first 800 meters pretty quick there, just a little bit over 2:17. So a very fair pace there. It's interesting that we have so much experience from the West there. They're in those pink jerseys. They're not up front, but they're in that bulk of that group there in that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spots. So a good, honest first half mile. They'll go around the pool and come back to the start line area here. Thomas Pollard from Ames, Iowa is our leader right there. Fisher, our defending champion, in second.
Thomas Pollard was 13th here last year, having a great year in the state of Iowa.
There's our 4 regional champions running 2, 3, 4 right there, 5. So everybody not wanting to lose contact across the road now on a bit of a downhill. Pick Drew Hunter up into that group there. Elijah Armstrong moving up well into that front group there.
Wow, they are flying.
picked that pace up quite a bit. Now, that's a downhill. It's a pretty good downhill here for about 400 meters. And then they'll make the big U-turn and start a little bit uphill heading to the mile mark. We'll get an idea at that mile exactly how fast we're going here.
So are they trying to pick some speed up towards the bottom of that hill to carry them up? At what point do you start thinking about the hill?
Well, you know, downhill running, Grant's a great downhill runner. That's one of the reasons he won that race last year. Downhill running is a skill, and these guys can run faster and be actually more economical and not use up hardly energy. So they learn how to run downhill well. It makes a big advantage. Now you look at them grouping up there. They're still Pollard leading, but there's 3 regional champions right there. It looks like Fisher and Osberg running right together there. Hunter right on their shoulder, back behind them. They're running 2, 3, 4, and looks like Armstrong. So again, our regional champions, all 4 running 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, Tim, you might know this better than me, but I believe there's only been one non-regional winner to ever win the Foot Locker National Championship. So, you know, if you win your region, you kind of feel like you're in this group that has a really good shot to win again. But as we talked about in yesterday and over the weekend, a lot of these guys are getting smarter about maybe saving themselves for this race, and they might, you know, be playing a little bit of mind games and not finishing so high up in their region. They're just sneaking their way onto the team, and then usually trying to unleash the beast here.
It's been a lot of fun to watch the regions. They'll start counting places. You know,
yeah.
I mean, there's 10 of us right here. There's 8 of us right here. All right, we can cruise from here. Here we go up the hill the first time. That was 4:42 to the mile, so a fair first mile, 4:42. Pollard continues to lead. There's a little bit of a level stretch here. They'll make that U-turn and head to the top of the road. Boy, Fisher and Osberg, they just look like they're eyeing each other there.
Seen a lot of green there towards the front.
Boy, last year the West scored 23 points to win, and they have everybody back. So you see that pink kind of moving up as a group, so maybe they've measured themselves well.
What are they thinking right now? I've always wondered. Are they trying to think about it, or are they trying not to think about it?
They're thinking, I made my way up that hill the first time. I only have to do it one more time. But, you know, this is actually a fun part of the course. You have to stay on your feet here, and it's hard to. You're going so fast down that hill. If you guys have not seen it, go over there and see how steep of a downhill this is. And it's dangerous at times, but, you know, they've run the course. They ran it yesterday in actually pretty harsh conditions with the rain that they came out in yesterday. So I'm glad it's drier today for them, but here we go. We see Grant Fisher moving right into the lead here.
Boy, it is great. The course really is in great shape. Yeah. It really is. It's not really affecting the races. So we've got a true race. Got beautiful weather, got a great course, got a great cross-country race going on here. And again, now that's a group of 5 right there, but the whole pack right behind them. Nobody's out of this yet. So we'll see if they come by the mile. Somebody's going to make a move here somewhere here in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Osberg there in the red of the north, trying to push that pace just a little bit. Fisher right on his shoulder in the green. Drew Hunter very comfortable in the blue of the south, the regional champion running right there.
Osberg was 11th here last year. He won his regional by 16 seconds, so a pretty good distance there between first and second in the Northeast region.
Here we go, coming by the halfway point, and our pack's getting larger, not smaller.
Wow.
And all the big players right there. We come by at 7:24. Now, you mentioned the west there, the pink there, now starting to move up. Armstrong leading that little bit of a push.
Yeah, they really did let everyone kind of back in there, didn't they, Tim?
Yeah, it's not a blistering pace. A fair pace, I guess, would be the best way to describe it.
Sort of, kind of playing into the hands of those kickers, but how many of these guys have run under 4:07 for the mile? I mean, we have such fast guys in this field. It's not just one that's run a 4:02 or 4:03. We have multiple guys that have run very fast.
You know, I think Adam's going to be right. That hill is going to play a big part in who's going to win this race here as we go up the second time.
When you talk about the competition factor, it's interesting to see the number of leaders we've had so far compared to the girls' race.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we will see that in one of the 2 races where someone will try from start to finish. But I think we all knew in this men's race, and everyone that's been all over the country chatting about this race, it was going to be an epic race to watch.
Osberg is still our leader, and here he is from Darien in Connecticut. He's not really making a move, but keeping the pace honest out front. Second time through the dog park loop. They're making that U-turn now, starting a little bit of an uphill. Here we go. Osberg, Pollard, Fisher, Armstrong. But our pack now is a pack of 9.
Wow.
Boy, and
5 or 6 green guys out there, Midwest.
The Midwest looking very strong as a team. Just joining the back of that pack, kind of a wild card here, Austin Tamagna, the junior from Brea Olinda. We mentioned earlier he was a national freshman high school record of 4:09. He ran 4:06 last year. Now this year he ran 14:23 to set a new course record at Mount Sac. That's a course been run on over 60 years. Some of the best kids in the country have run there, and he's the new course record holder. So he's certainly capable of running at this pace.
You know, and you see Elijah Armstrong creeping up there as well. We haven't talked a whole lot about him, but he mentioned in the video that he loves the hills.
Yeah.
So he's got one big one ahead of him.
Yeah, he's got some fun hobbies. He's a surfer. He likes to be behind the boat on some skis. And, you know, he does a lot of things that actually make him probably a really good runner. And he's been leading that West team, but like I said, they've all been really good friends, and they're all challenging each other, which is kind of fun to see in the sport. A lot of times you see athletes decide, oh, it's more fun to win and to maybe be on my own, but these guys are saying, hey, if you're going to make me faster, come on, bring it. Let's see what you can do.
No one's getting lonely here, Tim.
No way. John Dressel there, also one of our pre-meet favorites of you, right there with Tamagno moving up. They continue to move up. Osberg looking over his shoulder. You look over your shoulder and see some pretty fast runners following you right behind. We have now got less than a mile to go to a national championship, and we have got a great field here.
Wow.
Osberg, Fisher, Dressel, Armstrong, Tamagno, Hunter.
Dressel was the one to really push last year, right, Tim? I mean, he was the guy that was leading, and it was all the way down to the wire with he and Grant last year. We'll have to see if he can come back up and push that final 200 like he did last year.
You know, really a fun race here with the Midwest and the West. They both have 3 up in that group, and then there's a separation there, but all of them have 5 scorers, so should be a lot of fun to look at that team score here. But right now, settling in on the individual here, 1,200 meters to go, and it's still anybody's race.
They all look very smooth, very relaxed. Not much tension on their face. Arms are down, shoulders are down.
So if this thing comes down to a sprint at the end, who's the sprinter in the pack?
Well, Fisher's a 4:02 miler. He's got some speed, but they're all fast. Tamagno's a 1:54 half miler. Osberg is very fast. It really will. I think who doesn't get killed on going up that hill, who's got a little bit left, because it's deceiving. You come down off the hill and you think you're almost there, but boy, those last 600 meters, it's a good bit of uphill there. And then our last finish here, you think it's just 160 meters, but half of that is a good hill. Oh my, look at that pack. Here we go. Osberg, Fisher, Armstrong.
It's hard to sit, too. If one of these guys, they're feeling good, it's hard to figure out when to make that move.
And Hunter right there. You're talking about the regional champions. They're all right there. Tamagno now moving up into 5th there.
If Grant Fisher pulls off this and is a 2-time Foot Locker champion, he will join the likes of Chesrick, Verzbickus, and Ritzenheim.
Boy, there's some names for you to join that club, huh? Here we go, heading up the hill for the second time. Right to left, that's Armstrong, Osberg, and Fisher. Right behind him, Tamagno and Dressel.
Among others.
And Hunter right there, too. Here we go.
There's 10 of them in that pack.
They're feeling the burn right about now, aren't they?
All right, Stephen, you said about Armstrong liking the hills. They're pushing a little bit of that pace.
They're all feeling the burn, but they're getting pumped here. It's time. Armstrong's moving up.
There you go. Fisher matching them stride. Hunter coming back up there in the blue. Osberg in 4th there. Now we're starting to pick up. There's a little bit level here. Turn and got a little bit of hill here to go.
Now this is different. Fisher didn't do this last year. He's pushing it.
Grant Fisher from Grand Blanc pushing that pace. Armstrong right there in 2nd. It does look like this is the time here. We've decided to make the move. Drew Hunter continues to push back up in there.
Grant Fisher's been undefeated for the last 2 years on the cross-country course.
You know, if he can pull this race off, he really will become one of the great runners in high school history in the country. He really will be a great 2-year stretch.
He's such a smooth guy. I mean, even when he's talking, he's not shaken by much, but he also is not overly confident. He's just a very good-natured guy.
Look at that. He is a beautiful downhill runner, pushing that pace, leaning forward here. He has decided if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. Bottom of the hill. Here we go. Grant Fisher from Michigan trying to push that pace, going across the road, and continues to open up. He just looked measured the whole way, didn't he? Oh, man, he is pushing it now. Continued just from the top of that hill to the bottom here. Looks like Hunter and Armstrong fighting there for second and third.
When he unleashed it, he unleashed it. I'm sorry.
Really did. Oh,
I've said it a
gosh.
few times, but man, he really went for it down that hill, and he has such nice turnover, such knee drive.
He made a clear decision. And,
wow. Here he comes, coming across the road here. He's going to be 3 miles at 14:36. Grant Fisher, one of the great high school runners in U.S. history, and he's got more left. Charging up that hill. Grant Fisher from Grand Blanc in Michigan. Armstrong in second. A great battle in 2, 3, 4, 5. Armstrong. Here comes our Foot Locker 2014 national champion. Defends his championship. Grant Fisher from Grand Blanc High School. And a good finish here, second, third on in. All these boys trying to earn All-American status here. Our top 15 in the All-American category here.
What an amazing race. I mean, just to sit and kick, but then not to kick from 200 out, to kick from about 600 out and to really just drive home.
It looks like he could have pushed the pace any more if he wanted to. He could have just done anything, couldn't he? We'll get those official results as soon as we can. Grant Fisher's time, 15:02. Holland Hacker, great finish. Moves up to second at 15:11. So a tremendous race there. Hacker really moving up well over that last 150 meters, going from the top 10 to second place there.
Olin Hacker's dad was second at one time, I believe, at this race. Wasn't he back in the 1980s?
Oh, my goodness.
That's a pretty cool story.
Well, a great race by all of these guys, and one of the names there in that top grouping, I don't know if he was, I think he may have been fourth, but talking about Drew Hunter, who is a junior, so he'll be back most likely next year.
That was a great race from him. He really hung in there. Looked for a while to drop out, and at the top of the hill there, he was fighting for second there, so great race from him.
You know, it's tough coming into races when you see all of these athletes have such great pedigree. I mean, they just really, everything about them has... They just are amazing athletes, amazing specimen. And, you know, you have to, even when there's a bunch of seniors, these juniors cannot forget that they're right there and they have every opportunity to be with them.
Armstrong and Hunter finished 3 and 4.
Well, as we wait for Dina Castor to wait for Grant Fisher to slap some more high fives and perhaps catch his breath, maybe get a little water. He deserves it. Just talk about cross-country runners in general, and it's as if they're all also very, very bright. What is that?
Well,
good in school, good, good citizens.
Yeah, I think this is a sport where it's pretty neat. You have to dig deep with each other. You have to get to know your teammates. You have to be very, very goal-driven. And if you're not you have to make it in the classroom to be able to make it on the course or on the track. And I think we are Type A individuals, but very good individuals. So it's gonna be fun to hear what Grant has to say here.
Let's head down to Dina Castor.
Thank you. What an honor to be on the field again with Grant Fisher, our two-time Foot Locker national champion. Grant, we just have to ask you, how does this feel right now?
This means the world to me.
my teammates, everyone back home in Grand Blanc has been supporting me, and they've been, so important to what I've been doing. And, to do this and represent them well, it means so much to me. And it's always great to come back to San Diego and compete with the top guys in the nation. And, I really enjoyed this weekend. And, to end my high school career with this, it's you can't really put it into words.
You always make it exciting for the fans and spectators. Last year we had a thrilling finish with a fight to the finish line, the very last little lean at the end. And this year you took the lead a couple of times, but didn't really push the pace. It wasn't until you got to the hills where you really pushed the hill on that last loop. And then again on the downhill, you could see you were just attacking and attacking, not leaving anything to spare. Was that your plan coming in here?
Yeah, last year was a really fun race, and it was a great battle with John, but I didn't want to leave it to that late this time. So, we've been working hard on hill training and, just preparing for this course because this is the biggest race of my cross-country career. So we've been preparing for this, and I got to thank my coach for what he's done, and we've been working hard for this. So to get something and, something that you've really set your mind to and worked for, it's really fulfilling.
Grant, you have made Foot Locker and ASICS very proud. We look forward to a very bright future and returning. Maybe you'll be grabbing the microphone and doing interviews in the future. Congratulations on a fantastic high school career. Is there any last words as you say your farewells to this race?
Can I give a shout out to everyone back home in Michigan, in Grand Blanc? You guys have been so supportive, and it was my mom's birthday on the 11th, so happy birthday, Mom. And my little brother, his birthday is tomorrow, but he's in North Carolina playing soccer right now. So, Marky, if you're watching this, happy birthday, and hope your game goes well.
Well, hope you'll give him a good hug and a present when you get home. So proud of you, and congratulations again. Enjoy the celebration that is honoring you today.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Grant Fisher, two-time champion here at the Foot Locker in Balboa Park. And I guess for the Midwest today, wearing those green jerseys, green men go. Anna Rohr and now Grant.
Yeah, we've always said the Midwest because I'm from Minnesota. We're tough kids out there, and they showed it. So congratulations to both of them. But what a class act he is. He's just a great guy.
He really goes down as one of the great high school runners now. 15:02 is a very good time on this course. He's got great speed. He potentially is going to break 4 minutes in the mile in track. So this is one of the guys. We talked all day here about the future of USA, distance running. Well, Grant Fisher is a bright rising star.
And more glory for the Midwest. Let's head back down to Dina with more green.
One of our wonderful surprises. We always love surprises in the race, but Olin Hacker having just an absolutely fantastic day here. Way to be a gamer on National Championship Day to come in and get a podium finish. Second place, just an awesome performance. You look like you could actually run around and do that again. Is that true?
No, I gave it everything, and that's the awesome thing about this race. This is it, so I just had to leave it all out there.
And you did. It was just awesome to see you regain contact with that lead pack in the second loop. And when did you really feel connected that you could pull off this podium finish today?
The whole race, I was in and out of that lead pack, and all those guys they're so incredible, and they're just pushing and fighting. And then towards the bottom of the hill, I just realized that this was it, and I had to go after it, and that's when I really picked it up.
You were so persistent, but it wasn't until this finishing stretch that you really, we saw some wheels on you. You're obviously got some track skills in you also. So tell me how that finish felt coming across the line and who you owe that to.
Oh, it felt incredible and awful at the same time. But I just owe it to so many people. I've an incredible team to train with all the time. I have to thank Will Olson for running up until Foot Locker with me, and just an incredible coach, my parents, just everyone.
And the Midwest team had an awesome showing here today, and you made them very proud. Can you speak to that? Our sport seems individual, but cross country is certainly has a team dynamic. And how did you guys pull together for that today? Did you have any good pep talks last night before retiring?
Not necessarily pep talks, but they're just great guys, and they're just great to hang out with, and it really had a calming factor on me, and so I was able to just focus in on the race.
Great. Well, Olin Hacker, fantastic job today. You made your region proud and just a fantastic showing. We're really proud of you. Back to you guys.
Talking about Olin Hacker, really out of nowhere.
10th place in his regional. Here he comes out, and he wasn't in that group But there were a lot of people hanging on. So, boy, she was right. Dina's right. That was one heck of a kick, wasn't
A
it?
lot of people talked about Olin Hacker being one of those guys that maybe said, hey, I'm going to take it easy. He told me in the pre-race interviews that he worked really hard through his regional race. So he really wanted to rest up for this. He had 2 weeks to rest up. So obviously he planned his peak at the right time.
It really was a great race. And you're right about the regional champions all being up there. Boy, they were right in the mix of it the whole way.
Third place for the guys, Elijah Armstrong. He is down with Dina.
Yes, Elijah, you had such an awesome race today. You were taking the lead, attacking the hills, which you love. We keep learning throughout this weekend. You were the one to watch because this is a hilly course and you're so good at it. Your regional championships at Mount Sac is certainly a hilly race with which you won. So tell me how the hills felt today and how they worked into your tactics.
Yeah, the first hill always feels pretty good. The second hill, I was still feeling really good, and then Grant made his move at the top, and when he goes for sure. And so I wasn't feeling it then, but I still, had a great race and can't ask for anything else.
Yeah, you matched his move. I mean, Grant made that move at the base of that hill, but you were right there alongside of him, showing your hill strength for sure. But when you were coming off of the hill, was it a little slippery? It looked like it was a little slippery out there, but I don't know if we're just trying to read into the coverage or if that was true.
It was a little, but not anything really bad. I think the biggest part is just fly down that hill, and Grant for sure did that. So. I need to work on that now. So,
you've had an amazing season and represented the West so well here. Do you have family and friends enjoying this podium finish with you today?
Yeah, my future coach is down here, Corey Emos, and then also my dad was able to come down and support me, and so that was awesome.
Great. Elijah Armstrong, third place at the Foot Locker National Championships, just really representing the West well. It's going to be a tight team tally between the Midwest and the West here today, so we'll anxiously await those results. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys on stage.
And congratulations to them. So what does it mean to do so well at such a big event in high school? Do you have to be careful with that going into college, and how does that influence sort of your psyche?
I think everyone gets pumped about it, and it's something that they're always going to have on their resume. But there are a lot of people here that didn't have their best race their senior year at Foot Locker, and it doesn't mean they're not going to come back and be one of the best. I was lucky enough to run here 3 times. My worst year was my senior year. So it always kind of sits, it's like a burning sensation in my gut every time I talk about my senior year. But I had such a fun experience that really the place didn't matter. It was about the experience in general.
A lot of college coaches have told us over the years that if they get a kid that performs well under this kind of pressure, that's the kid they want.
Exactly.
They can run with this pressure and do this well. When they get to the next level, they're going to be good and they're going to be fine. And there have been several scholarship offers that have been offered over here, right here in this park, from people have said, "Wow, this is a kid I need to have."
So what does happen now? Where are these kids heading? I've heard Stanford. I've heard Colorado. Speaking in general about the quality of athletes we saw here today, who are they?
They're the next best. I mean, really, they are. We can go and look over the NCAAs last year and the years before and see some of the names that we have all commentated on. And you're going to go on to the Olympics and the World Championship teams, and you're going to see Foot Locker alums. So, really, this is a really fun race to see the individuals. There are other races out there that have great races for us in the U.S., but this is one to see the 40 best females and males from around the country come together on one day and put it all out there.
Stephen, that's a great question. Edward Cheswick went right from here to the NCAA Championship and has won it twice already. And in fact, in this year's NC2A on the men's side, the first 4 men there, all Foot Locker alums. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they go right from here to the top.
So what about those who are underclassmen and women and are going to get the chance to compete to get back here? Who are some of the names that we should be looking out for in 2015?
Well, I'll tell you right now, on the boys' side, Drew Hunter and Austin Tamago look great there. And the top 5 finish, it really sets you up for the following year. As we've seen, the experience. Grant just looked like he knew what he was doing the whole way, didn't he? Looked like he was in control. He's been on this course a lot, raced on this course a lot. I think that those are on the men's side, certainly the ones. The women's a little bit harder to predict as who will come back and at what level, but it should be interesting.
We're seeing our 2 champions standing side by side in Anna Rohr and Grant Fisher there. What a moment for them and their families and their coaches. And let's send it back on down to Dina, who is with them.
Thank you. And it is a distinct pleasure and a high honor to crown our 2014 Foot Locker Cross Country champions with their laurel wreaths and plates here today. Anna Rohr in a stunning just push to the finish. And Grant, you just ran another brilliant race. Both two-time champions. So on behalf of Foot Locker and the ASICS brand, we want to thank you guys for representing this sport so well. And we look forward to a bright future for each of you. Congratulations to our 2014 Foot Locker Cross Country champions, Anna Rohr and Grant Fisher. Hold them up high.
Adam had me stay here, so. No, that's what I would have done.
And those are some very large trophies. Well deserved, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. A lot of hard work goes into that. 15 minutes and some change.
Well, he's got two now, one for his brother's birthday and one for his mom's. So Grant's all set for presents.
Sure, 4 trophies between the two of them. Not bad work over the past 3 years since Anna took the 1 year off here in Balboa Park, San Diego. And, you know, this has just been another couple of races for the history books.
It's been a wonderful day out here. Yesterday we were a little nervous how the footing was going to be, but you know, whether it was a little soggy or not, everyone stayed up on their feet, and it was wonderful to come back to Balboa. Wonderful to come back to the Del Coronado. I mean, talk about being spoiled here.
Well, I guess we'd have to say, though, Carrie, that the Midwest is the center of cross-country universe, isn't it?
We are. I hate to say it, but we are where it's at.
Midwest certainly did okay today with Grant and Anna and the rest of the green that made their way up towards the front. We will be looking for these athletes in college and beyond to the Olympics. It's certainly the trend that we've seen over the past few decades with this great race here. So thank you for being part of the 2014 Foot Locker Cross Country Championships in Balboa Park, San Diego, California. We'll look back. We'll look for you right back here next year for 2015. And congratulations to our champions, Anna Rohr and Grant Fisher.